everybody, welcome to the first Maelstrom Invitational! Woo! Oh, we're here. That's right, number 1, folks. The first Maelstrom Invitational of the 3 that I have planned. I'm just going to very quickly show the thing on screen is the Balatro Bluff. This event will be pitting, it says up to 4, but it is actually 3 competitors against each other in a twisted game of poker packed with jokers to see who can produce the highest scoring hand over the course of 3 hours. All the players will be playing with a fully unlocked profile so that everyone has the same access to everything. All the runs will be performed on the default difficulty red deck at white stake difficulty, so no weird shit going on. It should be easy for you guys to track. And the winner will be whoever scores the highest recorded single hand by the end. So not like a full run, not like a full total score, just one hand. Whatever the highest hand you scored. I will go through this with the folks in a moment just to remind them as well. They're sitting in a call waiting for me to join. So we're going to get through this nice and quick. The competitors today, chat, as you already know, many of you, are Critical Corvus, Finn the Teacup, and Lynchy13. They will be competing against each other in order to win a package of prizes that's frankly ridiculous. £140 worth, or over £140 worth, of prizes this year for my event, which is the most I've ever offered. You'll be getting a 12-month Twitch gift subscription if you win. You'll be getting a £50 Steam gift card, or dollar or euro if it's more appropriate. But you'll also be winning a one-of-a-kind t-shirt, which, this event in particular, has been made by Mighty Niall, and that is a fucking cool t-shirt. Look at that. Look at that detail. Also, if you check out the little cards like around, you might notice some references. There's like a Lynchy card and a pastry card and a Rob card and stuff in there. Spot them all, chat. It's pretty cool. So that's all of the information for the event, folks. Shall we go jump into the scene with the competitors? I think we shall. Oh shit, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna jump myself in as well. Alright, folks, howdy. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
You didn't have to hear me do my like fucking cringe announcer shit.
I did. I had the stream unmuted.
You didn't have to, but you did. that was a choice you made, so it's okay. It's not my fault. Right, just to make sure you guys are aware of the rules very quickly. Before I start the timer and such, and you guys can get going, I'm just going to put some music on as well. I know you're already seen the rules and such. You're probably aware, but we'll go through them just for, for clarity's sake. So, the rules will be, you guys must play, first off, on the red deck, which is the default deck. And you must be playing at white stake difficulty, which is just the default setting, so don't change anything about difficulty and such, and you'll be good to go. All players will have an unlocked profile, fully unlocked, which you guys have already confirmed yourselves. So something we did in the menuing. So that should be good. 100% collection unlocked. And then finally, the winner is going to be whoever basically scores the highest single hand at the end, which is tracked through the stats screen. But chat, as you might have noticed on screen, there is also a leaderboard. That leaderboard will be updating in real time as the players are playing. We've tested it, it does work. So basically, as the folks are scoring their hands, you'll be able to see as their places are changing in real time. If you can't follow the gameplay on screen, you'll at least be able to see how folks are doing there. So as long as you guys are happy with that, I'll get the timer started for 3 hours for some Balatro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to separate channels?
Yeah, I'll drag you in there yourself, don't worry. I'll do it for you. Okay. So yeah, also just for that, very quickly, I will occasionally be popping in to the channels. Very occasionally, I think. I'll mostly let you focus, but just to see how things are going, or if you scored like particularly egregiously high score, I might come in and just like see how it's going. But yes, we will be in your own separate channels. So, right, I'm going to give you a timer as soon as I open it up on here. Right, get ready on the play button for your first run in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, folks. They are beginning. The runs are happening. Everybody welcome in. How you all doing? I hope you're doing well. I've been looking forward to this. I hope you've been looking forward to this. This is something that took a lot of moving parts to get working. But now we're here. Things are working. Now, you're going to notice very quickly as they start scoring hands, chat, we have some sound effects and things happening. You'll be able to tell when someone's getting like a hand scored and such. It'll update on the leaderboard as we said, but you'll be able to hear if the leadership changes. If someone goes into first place or whatever, there'll be a sound effect made and you'll be able to check the leaderboard. So, been looking forward to this. Me too, man. And yes, it was some Hacker Man wizardry, as Corvus said, in order to get this working. Now, if you guys don't know Balatro very well, I'm here to kind of be your guide to some degree. Essentially, chat, this is a poker roguelike. Now, what I mean by that is they're going to be doing runs, and runs are going to be majorly dictated by which of the jokers they get in the game. You can see at the top of the screen that they have a set of 5 cards they can place in any order, and they will affect the score in various ways. So, for example, you can see on... Corvus just scored a 960. Very good, very good. You see, for example, Corvus there has got a foil card. The one on the right of his jokers, that is a special one that has plus 50 chips, but it also gives him plus 3 mult when any card of a club suit is scored. And mult is multiplier. So whatever the amount of chips you score for a card is based on the number. So ace is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, and so on and so forth. Base cards are 10. You will then multiply them by a certain amount. So that's what the jokers do. Hope you're following along so far. Hellscythe, welcome in. Howdy. Also, overlay-wise, yeah, we've got some music going. If you guys want to, by the way, you can go and queue stuff at rainwave.cc. We're just listening to the OC Remix radio station, so feel free to go queue music if you want. Also, we've got our little chat overlay there. You're at the bottom. It's not going to take very long messages, but I've got the chat on the screen. I thought, why not? We'll fit it in there. How's it going? Well, so far they're getting off tentatively on their first run. Lynchy and Corvus just got into the thousands, but Lynchy pipping Corvus's score. So who's the favorite? That is a good point, and you make a very good point by saying that. I'm going to wait a moment because I believe Cowardly Pastry is still streaming, but I think it's probably at the end of their stream, and I don't want them to miss out. So I'm going to wait to do the prediction, but we're going to do a channel prediction, chat. Basically, I will say at this point, the scores aren't really that important right now, because they're going to be potentially getting into the millions, or maybe even into scientific notation numbers, depending on how well things go. They could get numbers like 8.25 e to the power of 95 or whatever. So the leaderboard will let you know who's going to win. Don't worry, it's all been sorted out. But as you can see, they have a certain number of hands and they have a certain number of discards. So they can discard a certain number of cards in order to try and get a better hand every run. Right now, for example, Corvus scoring 4,700. That's a big score. That's crazy. He's only on Ante 2 as well. So I'll explain the Ante as well very quickly. I'll probably explain this multiple times throughout the night. The Ante number you can see on, say, the bottom of Corvus's screen right now. It says 2 of 8, round 4. That basically means he's played 4 rounds of cards. But he's on the second tier of difficulty. To win a run, you need to get to 8. You can continue going from 8, and they will probably end up doing that if they want to score ridiculous numbers. The game kind of works multiplicatively, in a sense that once you get to the end of a run, that's where you can really get the stupid numbers. But yeah, as for who's the favourite, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Finn's been talking down on themselves this whole week, but I honestly think Finn might just fucking win it. Because this, like, it can be random sometimes, you know. just to clarify, will you not be taking part in any of the invitationals, or just the one you're not taking part of? I am not taking part in any of these. This is supposed to be the opposite, basically, of Challenge Maelstrom, the polar opposite. So Challenge Maelstrom was me doing things that you set for me. This is you doing things that I set for you. And I'm going to be watching and commentating, occasionally jumping in and interviewing the runners, as it were. So we're just kind of settling into it, chat. Like I say, this is the Maelstrom Challenge, not Challenge Maelstrom. I very nearly called it that. But I like the invitational stuff I went with in the end. You know, it's a bit more fitting. I was under the impression you'd be taking part 2. No, I don't want to do that. There are Jump Kings on that list. I don't want to do that. This is my opportunity to not play Jump King. For a change. Alright, we've got Corvus is taking a small lead at the start here, sitting on 9,000, so like I say, that isn't necessarily going to be the case forever, chat, and I don't really think this early in it's going to be that indicative of who's going to win anyway, because you can absolutely have a run go to shit just because the Jokers did not turn up. But you can also just as likely have a Joker run that is ridiculous. So he's got the Hiker Corvus right now. I think that's doing some work for him. I'm gonna have the list of cards up here. Basically, the Hiker is every played card you get. So every time you play a card from your deck, it permanently gets +5 chips, which is the point score before it gets multiplied, which is the blue number. So every time Corvus right now is playing a card, it's leveling up by 5 chips. So say like a 2 would normally only give you 2 chips, it's going to be giving him 7 chips the first time he plays it, and so on and so forth. So his deck is kind of just going to get more and more powerful as the run goes on. That's probably the crux of his build right now. So, Lynchy's going to have to start a new run. That run is over. Now, obviously, a run from the start goes a little slower. But that doesn't say that you can't very quickly get a broken hand, so... Not literally, that would be bad. But Jump King should be fun with friends, right? Well, the cruel thing for them, Rascotnik, is, other than reading your guys' chat occasionally if they've got it up on screen, they are in their own little, like, whatchamacallits? Chat rooms on their own, not talking to each other. Because they didn't want them, like, sharing how they're doing and such. This is supposed to be, yeah, it's like an exam, exactly. Also, Flower, howdy, welcome. The padded cells, yeah. We will occasionally be jumping in and talking to them. It allows me to kind of just jump in and say hello and say, how's it going or whatever. We will be checking in, like, on the hour for sure, but every so often, maybe something ridiculous happens, like we might even jump in at the end of this run for Corvus, because he's off to a hell of a fucking start with this Hiker. This is he's got a deck going, man, though. That is... He's only on anti-free, and he's getting 9,000 per hand. To put them off? A little bit. No, not really. I don't want to put anyone off. Finn is sort of going steady at the moment. It's like slow and steady approach, which, to be honest, is not a bad idea. Sometimes it's worth sitting and thinking it through. Finn has also got some glass cards working up. Glass cards are multipliers, but they have to stay in your hand. And if you play them, they might break. So, basically you can play them in a pinch, but realistically you don't want to play them. Okay. So far, so good. Like I say, Corvus off to a roaring start at the moment. Lynchy now starting, like I said, that second run. Finn is kind of scraping by this run, but again, it's slow and steady, chat. Ultimately, these runs are made or break, or make or break really by the end. So Corvus is having a bit of a tough time with the wall right now. This is something worth talking about, chat. We have small blinds and we have large boss blinds. Well, small, big, and boss blinds. So Corvus is currently fighting a boss, essentially. which is the wall. It's instead of the normal score you would need to get through, which would be about 3,000-4,000 at this point in the game, it's forcing him against an 8,000 score wall. So he's trying to score a hand here that will get him through that, and he just did with 12,750. Finn in the chat saying no one bet on me. Don't listen to Finn. I think Finn's going to be a dark horse. The Wall and no Dale Winton. See, the Wall for me is Japanese game show. Oh, Corvus is selling some jokers. So that's another thing, chat. You can absolutely sell your jokers if you need to get some economy going, as we say. You can sell a joker. You can replace it with another one. Economy-wise, you can see how they're doing money-wise at the bottom left of the screen. That is what gauges what you can buy from the shops and how you can upgrade your hands and such. Just to confirm, which challenges have you announced participants for? Only this one. I'll be announcing the participants for any of the runs the week before the run happens, just to give people some space if they need to drop out for some reason or whatever. I don't want to have anyone feel like they have to be pigeonholed into playing along. Stuff happens after all. Wasn't Finn meant to be the Dark House in the last year's bot wrestle, but we know how that went. Finn held like 2 separate title belts for 2 years, though. That's what I'm saying. Don't count Finn out. All right, Lynchy now up to ante 2. Certificate of Authenticity. I forget what that one does. What does a certificate do? That is, when a round begins, add a random playing card or a random seal to your hand. Ah, okay, so that's a good point to talk about seals. Not the pastry kind, but the other kind. So basically, Lynchy currently has a card that adds a random card to Lynchy's hand every time the round begins, but it comes along with like a modifier on the card. The modifier could be a number of things. There's a red seal, which I think is multiplier. Let me just see if I can find the stuff here. Blinds and these card modifiers, seals. Here we go. I've got the wiki open at the same time. Finn looking like they're up against the score they can't beat here. They're going to have to start a new run, which again isn't always the end of the world, chat. Sometimes the start of a new run is actually quite a good thing because you might get a broken joker. Anyway, yeah, the seals you can get are gold seal, which is $3 when a card is played. Red seal, which re-triggers a card. So if it has like a special effect on it, polychrome, which gives you more score, that sort of stuff. You can have a red sealed version of that, which will then re-trigger the effect, or it will just re-trigger the score it gets. There's a blue seal, which creates a planet card, which I'll go through in a bit, and a purple seal, which creates a tarot card when it's discarded, not when it's played. So Lynchy's going to end up with a deck full of cards like that, except I think they got rid of the certificate while I was explaining it. So maybe not. But it's okay. Sometimes you need better stuff. I see some foil in there. Now, I'm interested in what's happening on Corvus' screen right now, because Corvus has not bought a new Joker in a while. He's sticking on 4. I think he's waiting for something to show up in the shop that's going to be worth it. If your seal is purple, someone's probably poured paint on it. Yep. Streamline strats rather. Yeah, I mean, he's passing through the scores just fine, so absolutely nothing wrong with that. Lynchy's thinking about taking that blue Joker. He's getting rid of the +4 Malt Joker for the blue Joker. The blue Joker gives you 110 chips off the bat every time you play a hand, but I think it's -2 chips every time you play a hand. So eventually that thing is going to run out of juice. But for now, absolutely a great pickup. That's just going to be constant increase of score. That's a bad set of jokers, honestly, for Finn. I feel bad for Finn here. Finn might have to go for a straight build. So the joker Finn just got is you have to play a straight in order to get the extra bonus out of it. But straights are really fucking hard to play in poker, chat. I don't know if you've played poker, but playing a straight means like 8, 9, 10, Jack Queen, which Finn has already got. So, never mind, maybe straights aren't that hard to play. Finn got one right off the bat without discarding anything. Hush my mouth. Just straight in there. That upgraded that card now, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what the fifth Joker picked up by Corvus will actually be here. Because right now, like I say, he's got a bit of a streamlined build going. He's got a couple of interesting ones. Like I say, the Hiker is making his score kind of just exponentially rise across the whole run. So he's going to keep adding score to his cards. So at this point, like, the Hiker, sorry, is what I meant. So at this point, the Hiker in Corvus's deck is probably, like, adding an additional, I don't know, man. It's an absolute fuckload. But Corvus might be in a little trouble here, actually. Corvus has got to play a full house, but he's still got, like, 8,500 to get to the score limit. Is he going to make it? Okay, no problem. Never mind. I was wrong to doubt. Corvus had it in hand. He knew what he was doing. I was going to say, in terms of the other things in his build right now, he's got a couple of interesting ones. I'm going to try and give you as much information on these things as I can, chat. It's kind of difficult because I've got to scroll through a list to remind myself what they do. I remember some of them, but not all of them. You know? I played a decent chunk of this game. I think, for the record, by the way, if people want to know, I think my best hand in this game was like 2 million or something. So expect numbers like that to happen kind of eventually. We're going to get up to that sort of number, I would expect. Maybe more. These thousands, like we say, we're in early doors right now. Now, someone could run away with it and have like a run, you know, really break out and then not be able to top it. So this is the other card I wanted to talk about in Corvus's hand real quick before we move on to checking out someone else here. Is Corvus has this Acrobat card on the left. If you look on his screen there at the top left. That Acrobat card, it gives you 3 times the multiplier. So it 3 times the score that you just got, only on the final hand. So he's playing a kind of risky setup here where he gets all of his score on the last hand played. By the way, if you run out of hands during a round, then that's it. Run's over. Lynchy had a high chip score but didn't score. Why is that? It's because Lynchy cashed out. A high chip score but didn't score? How do you mean didn't score? Do you mean didn't score like on the leaderboard? It's only going to update if it's more than the last like best hand they got. So, just a reminder, the leaderboard is not your total score across a run or anything, it's your best hand. So, in a single hand. Also, I'm going to open up, we're about halfway, well, about half an hour through. I was waiting for Pastry to maybe show up, but I don't know where Pastry is, so I'm going to just do it now. I don't want to wait too long. So we're going to do a who wins the Balatro buff, or bluff thing. Pastry's coming now? Oh, okay, well, never mind then. I guess I'll wait. MaelstromALPHA, I have suspicion that in maybe 84 minutes we'll hear the footsteps and a yelp over Corvus's mic, then silence, his score will stay as is, and Finn's will climb suddenly. That could possibly happen. I'm not going to, like, you know, I don't want to say that's going to happen or not, but it might happen. Now, you see, Lynchy having to start another run here. Got a bad boss blind. Also, Cowardly Pastry, welcome in. Howdy. I see my my estimation of how long you had left did not factor in enough pastry time. But you're welcome in. Howdy. We are going to... So many other people died. Oh boy. We're going to make a prediction now. Pastry and Raiders, welcome in, by the way. We're going to make a prediction here. I will say this leaderboard, by the way, just, again, to not sway you too heavily towards one way or another, is pretty insignificant. The scores by the end of the night are probably going to be in the millions. Oh, I just noticed that Corvus also lost their run. Corvus knocked out as well. Yeah, Corvus is now starting a new run. So Corvus starting from square one again. That was looking like a pretty good run. But yeah, these, like I say, the scores are likely to get into the millions potentially tonight. So don't take the current leaderboard with too much aversion for your scoring. Just assume who you think is going to get to the end and win. Who will win the Balatro Bluff? We're going to do Lynchy 13, Critical, Corvus, and Finn in a teacup. This is going to be a 30-minute prediction, chat, if you would like to vote with your points. All right, I'm gonna drag myself in real quick and ask Corvus what happened, because he was on a winner. Corvus, my man.
Hello.
What happened? You had an absurd hiker run going.
Can't hear you on this one.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go. Hello, Corvus.
Hello.
Corvus, what happened? You had the hiker. He was exponentially topping up your score, and it all crumbled.
Going well, but it all required me actually keeping an eye on what hand I was on and not putting it all on the second hand rather than the last.
Your acrobat card really fucked you, did it?
It didn't do it. I fucked myself.
gracious, the cause of definitely ruining his, tanking his own run.
Absolutely screwed myself.
Somehow it's already been 25 minutes of the run.
Really.
But so far you are in the lead. I don't know if you've got the stream up or not, but you're in the lead with 12,750. Lynchy lagging behind a bit with 3,500. Finn now seems to be on a bit of a better run. Has just started scoring some higher hands. She's sitting at 693, but I think that's early days yet. So
yeah, I just got lucky at the start, so it's all.
Yeah, exactly. I said you can absolutely just get one Joker that makes this game. So never bet out anyone for sure. But good luck.
Thank you.
I just wanted to check in and make sure you were mentally okay. And I'm going to dip out to the other channel, but cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Well, there you go, folks. So we're going to be doing that every so often. I'm a dingus with the rules. This will be total points through all games. Whoever has the highest singular game, or whoever has the highest by the end, right? I'm going to explain this one more time. I was going to do that anyway when you came in, but I kind of forgot. So, basically, it's not the most points in a run. It's the most points in a single hand scored. So, for example, Finn just scored 864 on a single hand. So Finn's score updated to 864. Essentially, it opens up some different tactics because you could like tank your run in order to score a ridiculous hand once and not get to the end. That is like an option they could go for. This game is all about kind of playing the hand that is dealt to you to some degree and kind of changing the way that you play based on what jokers turn up. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt. Because some people have like a very specific urge. I, for example, I can't stop playing flush cards, which is when they're all the same suit. It's very difficult for me to not play a flush build. But sometimes you can't play a flush build. Sometimes your jokers you get don't make sense for that. Alright, let's check in with Finn. Let's see how Finn's doing here. Finn has... Okay, there's a runner. We've still got the straight. So Finn's currently still got the runner card, which means that playing straights is kind of like how you get all your points. But they are now going into a boss, which is the mark. So every time they play cards, they're going to draw new cards. but the cards that they draw are all going to be face down. So Finn is not going to actually have any idea what they're drawing, which makes playing a straight basically impossible. Need to grab some food, though. Accidentally killing 7 people really takes it out of you. No worries, Pastry. You go grab some food. Thank you for the raid. So you're going to see now Finn's hand is going to be full of face-down cards. Now, there is a thing you can do here. You can sort the hand by rank and suit. And you can see that at the bottom, like, they're in an order. You can kind of tell, to some degree, what suit and what rank they might be based on where they sit themselves in the overall layout of things. Finn is now trying to figure out what to do here, though. It's going to be rough. I think they're going for a low straight. I see 2, 3, 5. They might, with their discards, just discard everything left of the 2, 3, 5. There's a possibility. They're going to play a pair. It's probably not going to score them a lot. But they do get 15 malt. That's 420. That's not bad. Blaze it. I don't know why I said that. But it's funny. They have a couple of cards in here that are worth talking about. Let's just have a look and see if I can find them on this fucking list of cards. If only I remembered the names, eh? That would be good. But there's a lot of fucking cards in this. They've got the one that looks like a prince. I'm trying to see what the fuck that one is. Okay, it's each queen held in hand gives plus 13 malt. So if Finn plays a hand but leaves the queen sitting at the bottom, they'll get a bunch of extra malt. Lynchy has a lot of experience with Triple Triad. How is Lynchy doing right now? Lynchy's on Annie 4. Updated their score now to 3776. Lynchy's going to be moving now. We're going to start to see Lynchy's score start moving now, for sure. Interestingly, Lynchy and Finn both have one of the same jokers in their deck. That's the one that looks like the egg with the crown on it, which I forget what that does. We're going to very quickly see if I can find that before they sell it. You never know. That might happen. Egg with the crown. There it is, the Ancient Joker. Each played card with whatever suit gives a 1.5 malt when scored, but it changes at the end of a round. So basically that card, the one that looks like an egg with a crown on it, in both Finn and Lynchy's decks of Jokers, that's going to give them a whole bunch of multiplier on their score, but it's going to change each round. And Finn cleared the mark. Good work. Score is updated. Finn now suddenly looking like they might be on a bit of a run. I like it. I like it. Right. Lynchy cleared theirs too. Very good. Lynchy's now getting into like the kind of zone where things get a bit hard. You can see now the flint, base chips, and malt are halved is probably one of the most damaging bosses you can get. You have to clear 10,000 score while it's also halving your score. It's kind of fucked up. They look like they might manage, though. First hand there with like 3,000 something, that's good. They're playing a flush. That's going to score big. Although not that big, because it didn't proc their Ancient Joker. I don't know what the hand it's currently on is. Discarding some cards. We're just going to sit and watch this boss blind right now because I'm intrigued to see how it goes. They're playing 2 pair. That 9 has got a smear on it. I can't remember what it does, but they have the Heartstone. So you see that rock that's like at the side. It kind of looks like a sweet, like a little candy. I believe that is for every heart that they play. Oh, they just cleared it. That was close. 200 points in it. That was rough. But Lynchy did it. Well done, Lynchy. We're just going to have a quick look. So that is the Bloodstone. It's a 1 in 2 chance for any cards that have a heart suit to give 1.5 multiplier to your score. which is kind of a big deal. So that's probably going to take Lynchy's run pretty far here, I would have thought. Finn now entering into anti-free. Got a good deck at hand. I mean, a deck of cards right there. Like, being able to play a full house with all face cards is not nothing to be sniffed at. And that's going to be setting off the Ancient Joker here with the spades. This might be a new score for Finn. Oh, no, not quite. 900, though. Not bad. Not bad. All right, Lynchy just got a Polychrome Joker. You can see at the end of their Joker set, it's going to give them 1.5 mult at the end of every hand they play, regardless of, like, if they activate anything. It is also, let's just see what Joker that actually is. It's the one that looks like a castle, right? I've got to kind of scan through a big list of things here, looking at pictures. It is called the castle, funnily enough. So that Joker gains 3 chips per discarded suit card, which it says suit, it's just randomly change every round. So essentially that's going to be one of those cards that can just slowly build over time. Every time they discard the correct suit, it's going to get +3 chips, and it's going to keep doing that. Lynchy's got... Oh my god! Lynchy with 12,521 in one hand. Nipping at the heels of Corvus. Lynchy looks like they are on a run, folks. Corvus also looks like he's got something setting up here as well. Straight, 140 times 26 times 41 times 61. 8,000. He has got Popcorn, though. Now, Popcorn, chat, is an interesting card. Popcorn gives you, like, +20 mult, I think it is. It's something like that. But every round that you play it, it gets -4 mult. So eventually Popcorn's going to fall off. He's going to have to sell it and replace it with something else. But for now, Popcorn is going to be helping him out. Lynchy adding some standard cards to the deck. They go for the they're going for the bonus chips. So that's what the blue arrows stripes on the card means. Also, Finn now updated their best hand as well, 1840. Let's see how the prediction's going in. We're about a third of the way through it. Chat, if you haven't done so, you can click at the top of the screen. You can predict with some points. We currently have Lynchy... No, let's go from the bottom. We have Finn on 17%. We have Lynchy on 32% to win, and Critical Corvus on 52% to win. 18 minutes left on that submission if you would like to... If you'd like to put it on there. It's too hot for human food. That's a lot to unpack, pastry. Human music. Right, we have another boss blind coming up here. Oh, Lynchy just absolutely blew the high score out of the water. 27,876. Corvus is being left behind now. Oh my goodness. This is a run is going now. Oh, Burnt Joker is scary, man. Now, Burnt Joker, chat. It's got chips. I think you gotta go for it. I think I would have to go for it. Burnt Joker, what it does is, if you discard a type of hand at the start of a round, it will then level up the hand. So this is something we haven't spoken about. Lynchy's going for the Burnt Joker. It is gonna be scary, but it is also gonna be very possibly the key to getting in the millions here. Now, when you play a hand, you might notice that there is a level associated with the hand when it's scoring it up. So, also Finn is now up in the 3,000s in the hands. Very good, very good. Finn is now on a bit of a run. So, yeah, the Burnt Joker, chat. Basically, if Lynchy like discarded high card, right? That upgraded their chips. It also upgraded, because of the castle, it also upgraded a high card hand. So now Lynchy's high card is now level 2. What level 2 means is, like, essentially if it was, say, 1 multiplier and 5 chips for scoring a high card, which is just 1 card at a high level or whatever, it will now score 10 chips and 2 multiplier. It basically doubles normally the strength of the hand. So eventually you could get to a point where you've, got a high card leveled to, like, level 20, and just playing a card is scoring you, like, thousands of points. If you have major predictions, you could go for it now, chat. Remember, go big. You've got plenty of time to add to your scores, by the way. If you've already made a bet, feel free to add more points. Also, speaking of, Lynchy is now on 23% at the bottom, considering that at the top of the leaderboard. A very interesting decision, chat. Finn on 38 and Corvus on 39. We have like a domestic marital like fight happening here in the leaderboard, which I like to see. It's always good. All right, how's it going? Finn now up against the Melf. You can only play one hand this round. Now, what that means, chat, is you have hand types in poker. For example, a straight is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there'll be 5 cards. So that's like a straight. If you play a straight once in this round, you can only play straights. So you've got to be very careful around this boss as to what you actually play, because you could fuck yourself, and you wouldn't want that. We also have Lynchy on ante 6 going up against the Hook. Discards 2 random cards played per hand played, which is not actually that bad. It kind of is like a free discard to some degree. I think they're going to get through the Hook just fine. We'll see how it goes. They're playing a 2-pair. It's not something they've got leveled up currently, but they're getting plenty of mult. They've got to get to 40,000. They're at 16,000 with 2 of their hands played. That's kind of scary. Just watching Finn now. Finn playing a flush. Now, they've got to play flushes for the entire boss round, chat. So again, this could be bad. They're struggling. They're going to have to keep playing flushes, but they're not getting the points they need. They don't have a flush in hand currently. Now, what Finn really should do, and we'll see if they do, is play everything here that isn't like conducive to getting a flush. So I'd play like, say, the Ace of Spades, the Queen of Clubs, and the Ten of Diamonds. Sorry, not Spades. And basically get rid of them out of your hand, because you're not going to be able to play anything but a flush. So they've got to just get rid of those cards and then hopefully fish for like more hearts. Oh, Lynchy's run is over. 27,876. I'm going to go and jump in and just say hello and see how that went, because that was a hell of a run. Lynchy. Howdy. How you doing? Oh. Why does this do this sometimes? There we go. It doesn't connect sometimes. Lynchy, howdy. How are you?
Hello.
That was a hell of a run.
Good. Yeah, I kind of fucked it up because I was just like, I'm going to try and see if I can do this. And yeah, it kind of failed.
I didn't see what actually happened. It was the Hook that took you out, I think, right? But the Burn Joker. The Burn Joker is a hell of a Joker, but a kind of scary Joker.
Yeah, I was like, after I got the hand I did, I was like, I'm going to try and see if it works. It did not work out.
I feel like that's one of those things where that either gets you to like 2 million points or it fucks your run up. I've been there before,
yeah,
for sure.
And it fucked my run up, but
I will just let you know, I don't know if you've got the stream or whatever open up, I will just let you know you've got currently in the lead by over double. You're on 27,876. Corvus is next on 12,750. Then Finn's on 3,403. So good luck. I'll let you get on with it. I don't want to distract you too much. But that was a good run. See you in a bit.
Okay.
Alright, and I'm back out. Bring it home, Finn it. Finn, please, I put a mortgage on your secret skills, says Ping. Chat, we're halfway through the time you can put points in the prediction. Get your points in now. Yep. Absolutely. If you want to update the leaderboard and put some more points on, then go nuts. Please do. We're also 40 minutes through the event already, chat. That's gone very quickly. Now, everybody except for Finn here has kind of reset their runs, but I think Finn is about to reset. There we go, into a new run. But new best hand, 3,403. That's a good start. If we were like 20 minutes ago, that would have been first or second place. So, like I say, it can happen. Corvus already has, he's only on 92, he already has 5 Jokers. He's got DNA. Oh, he's got DNA. Now, chat, you see DNA wiggling right now. So basically, you can make a permanent copy of the first card that you play on its own. You see he's playing the Queen? So it's not going to score him much, but now he has another Queen of Hearts. So he has 2 Queen of Hearts in his deck. Like forever. You're not limited to 52 cards in Balatro. That's just part of how the whole thing works. So Corvus is going to be starting every round here, potentially, if he can get away with it, by playing just a card. And ideally, you want to do it so you can keep making queens. Absolutely. Yes, you can just keep making queens. You could have an entire deck full of queens to the point, if you managed it, to where everything you play is a 5 of a kind. And it would be a 5 of a kind flush as well, because it'd all be Queens of Hearts. It's totally doable. He's playing a flush now. He's going to get through the goad. Looks like it's going to be nice and easy. No problem. There you go. Through over 2,000. Finn now starting a new run. Finn got a 3 of a kind card here. Now, you notice there, they get 12 malt every time they play a 3 of a kind. So Finn is going to be fishing for 3 of a kind pretty much consistently through this run until they get rid of that card, I would imagine. Lynchy grabbing a drink, no worries. You guys are free to walk away as much as you want. Saw RT Game do a vid on this and broke the scoring, so you can get E-number scoring in this chat. Which is to say, the score gets so big that it no longer tracks. It's too many zeros, and you have to go into scientific notation. You could have like 8.501 e to the power of 25. Or whatever. Scientific notation, yeah, 100%. And my leaderboard is set up to allow for that as well, chat. So if someone gets into the scientific notation, don't worry, it'll track them good. Notice now that Corvus has 2 Queen of Hearts in his hand currently that he's playing for his 4 house. I think he has more than 2 Queen of Hearts. They also have a tag, chat. Now tags are something that I haven't spoken about. You see at the bottom there, that tag just disappeared, and that Joker became a polychrome. Now, polychrome means that the Joker has an additional effect. So it has a 1.5 times multiplier when it's polychromed. There are lots of different effects. So they're now trying to figure out what to sell in order to facilitate adding that in there, essentially. Now, you get the tags usually by skipping around. So you don't have to play cards every round, chat. You only have to play the boss blinds, technically. You can just skip every other round and get all the way to the boss blind, but it gets more and more difficult as you go. So, using that tag that they got from skipping one of the blinds, they polychromed up that Joker that's now sitting at the end of their deck there. It's going to give them 1.5 times multiplier on everything, additional to whatever effect it already had. That's pretty good. I like what Lynchy's got going on here. There is a card there that I recognize very well, but also always forget what the fuck it's called. So now I'm going to have to look it up, because I remember that card being pretty good. For what it's worth, my favorite card in the game in terms of getting score is the baseball card, which you might see. So there is a card there called the shortcut card that Lynchy has, the second one in from the left. That allows straights to be made with gaps, chat. So if you used to have to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now you can do 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or as many gaps as you want. And you can still have straights. So Lynchy could be on a straight build here. Right, Corvus now clearing the anti-free boss. Pretty easily, pretty comfortably. Lynchy on the anti-2 boss. Currently struggling a little bit, playing 100. But they could get a flush here. Yep, playing a flush. It's probably going to score pretty well. It's level 2 as well. 1,000. Okay, they look like they're probably going to clear the head boss quite nicely. We've also got Finn now on anti-2 of their new run. Oh! Finn! 2,720. Finn is now starting to get something cooking. Ah, Finn has Fibonacci. Okay, you see the third Joker in from the left on Finn's screen, chat. That is Fibonacci. Now, if you know your math, you probably know what Fibonacci is. If you don't, I'll very quickly explain it, but it essentially is a Fibonacci sequence. Every played ace, which is a 1, or 2, 3, 5, or 8, will give a +8 mult, which is the Fibonacci sequence. So, if, yeah, there you go, in the chat, very good. If Finn plays any 1, 2, 3, 5, or 8s, they will be getting +8 mult for each one of those that plays. That can scale pretty fucking good towards the end, because you're playing 5 cards, so you're essentially getting 5 times 8 mult if you manage to pull it off. Which is not an insubstantial amount of extra mult to be adding. It's 40 mult. How we doing, chat? We're getting into 45 minutes in here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. My boy Fibonacci is in here too. Is Fibonacci sequence requires you to add the first number to the second number to create your new number. Yes, it's a spiral, as it were. Now, let's just check the board. Oh my god. Okay, you guys have evened out the board. Joint second place is Lynchy and Finn the Teacup, both with 33% of the vote. And first place is Critical Corvus with 34% of the vote. That's kind of fucking crazy. Finn now with 6,031 as their best hand, chat. Finn now creeping up to Corvus. Not in real life. Now, you notice Corvus there has got my my card I mentioned, chat, my favorite card. You see the baseball card. Now, baseball card is one that scales ridiculously well into the final end game portion. It's probably the one that has gotten me the most points. Basically, the baseball card for any uncommon jokers. So jokers have rarities, which you can see when you go to buy them. For any uncommon jokers in the deck, they will give 1.5 mult per uncommon joker. So you're going to see in a second, it's getting 1.5, 1.5. So currently it's sitting at 3 mult because he's got Cloud9, he's got the Acrobat, they're both uncommon jokers. I think, well, I actually don't know which ones are the uncommon jokers, but I saw it yeah, I think it is those. Oh! Corvus now in the 5 digits. All right, I'm invested in Finn's run right now with the Fibonacci. I got to see what happens here. Finn has a scary joker that I hope they don't take to the end, chat, which is the misprint. Now you see to the right of Fibonacci. The misprint will give you a random amount of mult. It's very good early. It can sometimes be like +20, sometimes it's +0. But it's random. There's no way of telling how you're going to do. You can see Corvus now playing an Arcana card. This is something we haven't touched on yet. These are additional bonus cards. He has 2 of them up there he's got ready. He's going to use that Magician card to turn those 2 cards into lucky cards. That means they could score more. It means they could give him money. There's a certain amount of chance for him to happen. One of those cards in the middle there, Temperance, will double your money. So you can get your economy going. You can start buying stuff there at the shop. There's lots of different tarot cards that you can use in the game. Now, I'm noticing that Corvus has 2 Acrobats. Chat, I told you what Acrobat was. Acrobat was the one that kind of fucked him last run, but it's also ridiculously good. So, Acrobat gives you 3 times mult on the last hand you play of a round. 3 times. He's got 2 of them. So the last hand Corvus plays of a round right now is going to be getting ×3 ×3. So it's not ×6. It's actually ×9. But then it's also going to be ×1.5 ×1.5 because of the baseball card. So I think I did mention this briefly, but I'm just going to tell you that the order of jokers matters. That is the order of operation. So if something is giving you like additional score or multiplier, you actually want to order your jokers in a way that makes sense. So like, for example, timesing your score you generally want to have at the end. He's got the DNA there in the middle between the things that are timed in scores, but it really doesn't matter because the DNA is just like a non-functional card. It just does something at the start of the round once, where you copy a card. He's actually fishing, I think, for his aces here. Oh no, he's just going to play. He's not going for the DNA route. He's just playing a full house. It's going to be a big score. 14,000. Not bad. Alright, let's just check in with everybody. Finn, now on anti-free. Again, the Fibonacci. The strong. They're going to get the 3 and the 5 here from the Fibonacci sequence. They're also going to get the ×2 molt from the face card. Now, you see, this is where Finn really should play that Joker that's second in their lineup at the end. Because you would then be timing the multiplier as opposed to... whoa! Corvus! Just got 159,000 points! Holy fuck! Also, they just got a negative Joker. That's Wii Joker. Plus 8 chips when each played 2 is scored, and it'll be scaling forever. A negative Joker, chat. You only normally have 5 out of 5 Joker slots. Corvus now has a 6th Joker. Negative Jokers do not count towards your slots, so you can just slot them in wherever. Finn, getting rid of the face Joker. I actually think not a bad shout. Getting the smiley face, which is a economy Joker. Now, the only problem with playing the smiley face is you could potentially gash yourself out with points, but Finn is going to be getting some money now. Rolling money sometimes is not a bad shout. Wait, no, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong fucking card. Smiley face is molt, isn't it? It's face cards give +5 molt. Hush my mouth. So Finn actually did pull a another molt card. Now, chat, keep an eye on Corvus's screen. He's very close to going into the last hand of this. He's playing some cards as a free discard. He's just playing crap. Sometimes you just do that. This hand he's about to play, get ready. Get ready. Let's see it. Oh my god. 177? Okay, that wasn't a new high score for him, but that is a big hand. He's going to be playing big hands like that now for pretty much the rest of this run. This is almost certainly going to get him past Anti-8 into endless mode. Corvus is on a very good run right now. Lynchy has started a new run a little while ago, but now it looks like it's starting to get off the ground. They got Ride the Bus. I'm not a big fan of Ride the Bus, but I've seen people make it work. Ride the Bus is the one that's on the far right. It basically gains +1 molt per consecutive hand played without a scoring face card, so you can no longer play face cards, but you could potentially... Oh, never mind, Lynchy just bailed out of that one. Sometimes, chat, you don't have to let... let me just confirm the Corvus. Hang on. Critical Corvus. Yep. That's fine. Hopefully they see that in the chat. Yeah, endless mode, absolutely fine. That's where we're going to get to see the big numbers, for sure. So yeah, Lynchy's starting a new run. Finn's run looks like it's going pretty well. Hasn't really taken full shape yet. They've still got that Fibonacci in there, which I think is a good card to base your run off of. Because they could be playing like 2, 3, 8s and stuff, or whatever, you know, like they got like 2 pair there. 8, 8, 2, 2. That'd be a pretty high scoring Fibonacci hand. They just discarded them all. It's interesting because I think the interview timing is going to be very different between this Elden Ring and Jump King. There'll be long stretches considering how long games go on before the interviews. So I'm curious how you're going to handle the other two. Yeah, we'll see. It's new to me too, chat. Also, hopefully the timer, I've made it quite subdued. I didn't really have a good space for it, chat, but hopefully that timer is visual enough for folks that you can tell how long is left. Should be. Like, you can see it. It's there. Alright, also, the prediction did end, by the way. There's 41,000 channel points in the pool. Lynchy in third place at 25%. Corvus in second place at 26%. Finn in first with 49%. A lot of people think Finn's going to come through as the dark horse here. Very, very possible to happen. Finn now checking the levels of their hands. You can see they're flush. It's been played 4 times. It seems to be their most played hand. It is often the case for me as well. You put in a big pot for Corvus. I don't think that's a bad shout at all. I think ultimately, any of the people here could have a chance to win, though. I think that's the thing you got to remember. Really, it's all about getting kind of lucky, but with also a bit of skill involved as well. Finn starting to approach the numbers that they were getting before, now encroaching on their 6,000 point sort of limit with 4,800 and something. Finn has got an interesting build going. I think, and I don't want to give advice here necessarily. I don't even know if they're listening. If they are, they're free to take the advice. I wouldn't want to judge, like, move them in any way, shape, or form, though. But if I were Finn, I would be getting rid of that misprint as soon as I could. Not replacing that with something more likely to proc. Alright, we have Scary Face run at the top here from Lynchy. Scary Face is plus 30 chips. It's a pretty common joker. We also have the Pareidolia, I think it is. The one that looks like the smiley face made out of cards. That's all cards are considered face cards. Now, chat, you can get some cards that then affect your run. In such a way that it's like you pull a face card or whatever, and you get, like, for example, Finn has the +5 mult and you play a face card, right? If you then combine that with that card, you'd be getting +5 mult on everything. Doesn't matter what you play. That's how the rules sort of work against each other and with each other. Alright, we got Corvus going up against the big blind of Ante-8. He's about to go into Endless, potentially. Now, you might notice that Corvus has got some jacked up cards here. They got the Ace there, with the bonus multiplier on it. That's like the red streaks across it. That gives you extra mult. The ones where the suit has been smeared, by the way, that like 7, that means they count as any suit. Alright, Corvus is just playing his hands down, chat. So, because of the acrobats he's got, Corvus essentially, at this point, needs to kind of just play his hands down until he's on his last hand. So you notice now he's getting some discards in as well, just to try and pick up some more cards he can use. He's got like a full house running now, so he's going to play those two. We're probably going to see the ace, 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 jack, jack. Oh, never mind. He's got 4 aces. I mean, that's a tough question. He's going to go for the full house. His full house is level 6. This is going to be another potentially big score, chat. Let's see how it works out. Big acrobat. That is a massive score. 435,942 for Corvus now. Corvus now pulling away with a commanding lead. But as I've said before, chat, don't let them fool you. Notice how Corvus only got on this run after Lynchy got on a hell of a run. And Finn now is starting to approach something looking pretty interesting to me. Finn now playing some full houses with face cards, which is going to give him a lot of mult. Now, this is the boss blind of Ante-8. This is before you go into Endless, chat. Endless is where the runs go to die. This boss blind flips and shuffles all your Joker cards, so the order of operations has changed. Now, what he's going to probably do here, if he's looking, we'll see if he does, is try and figure out what is what and whether or not he needs to change things. So, for example, you can see where like the times are coming up and such, and you can know to move those to the end for when you play like your big hand. That's what he might do. You might just play it out. It doesn't necessarily matter too much because he's got such a strong set of jokers that he's probably just going to crush it anyway. Yep, there it goes. It was pretty close. He got the 100,000 he needed, though. Now it's going to flip all his jokers back up. So he's going to go into endless mode. Now, endless mode, chat, gets infinitely harder. So now he's going to have to reshuffle his jokers back into the positions that he wants. He's going to put his acrobats back on the left, I would imagine. Probably put his baseball card back on the right. Like I say, the order of operations for jokers does matter. It doesn't matter too much if all the things he's got are giving times molt. That doesn't necessarily matter too much. Is he going to play the Wheel of Fortune here? I can't resist the Wheel of Fortune. I always fucking play the Wheel of Fortune. And it never works. Never works. That thing is like a 0% chance. It's supposed to be like a 1 in 4 chance that it's going to affect one of your jokers and give it like a bonus. Never fucking works. Right, we've got Finn on ante 4 now on the small blind. It's just starting off. Not sure what Finn is fishing for currently. I'm assuming Fibonacci sequence. They've got 7, 8, 9, 10 there. There is a potential for them to get a 6 maybe, and then they would have a Fibonacci card. They might also be playing for the flush. 4, 5, yeah, they got 4, 5, 8, 9 queen. That's a flush with 2 Fibonacci cards in it. That's probably what they're going to play here. There it goes. This is going to be a decent scoring hand for Finn. Those Fibonacci cards are going to add up. 4,615. Not bad, not bad. I returned to see Corvus on 435k points yet. Now, this run, chat, how long Corvus can hold on to this run, I think is going to make or break this event. So essentially, Corvus right now. Oh, I'm watching Finn's score. Finn's got a good straight going. Another 2,000. Getting through the small blind nice and comfortably. Moving on to the big blind of ante 8. Corvus has a very good full house build here with those acrobats. Now, he doesn't have a full house and he's on his last hand, chat. He's probably going to have to play 2 pair. It's not high leveled, but I think his acrobats and his baseball joker and such, I think will pull him through. Oh, it didn't! Corvus's run is over! 435,942. However, a high bar has been set. A high bar has been set. I think that was order of operations failure there, chat. Corvus doing what I often do here as well, skipping the first 2 blinds, going straight to the boss blind. Alright, let's see how is Lynchy doing. Lynchy is now onto ante 4. Taking the double money tag to get $10. Now got to go up against 7,500. Playing a flush. They've got that. There's a straight flush as well. Scary Face is really adding some fucking points to this. 11,000 points in one go. They've also got Ramen. Ramen is a card that I believe they are going to want to get rid of eventually. So Ramen is ×2 molt, but it loses 0.01 molt per card you discard. So eventually, over the course of a run, Ramen becomes less useful. Hiker is big. Hiker is a big deal, chat. Are they going to go for Hiker? Hiker is a permanently scaling card. Blueprint is also a big deal. They have enough money, they could get double Hiker here. This is going to be a make or break moment for Lynchy's run here, I think. They're playing the Hierophant card there, getting some bonus chips on their cards. Oh, they're spending out on cards. I wonder if they were fishing for like Temperance to get more money. Creates 2 planet cards is always a good start. They can't afford both cards now. But they could afford one or the other. I personally would go for Hiker. in this situation, but we'll see what Lynchy does. They're going to sell. They're going for Blueprint. Okay, so Blueprint copies the ability of the Joker to the right, chat. So essentially, Lynchy now has 2 of their ballot cards. The ballot... I'm not being like crazy, am I? That's what it's called? I'm sure it is. The hell is that card called? I thought it was the ballot card. It's the one with like the little thing punched out of it. I gotta scroll down this dang list now and see what the fuck it is. Also, Finn's still going strong on this run. We'll check in with Finn after this run. I don't want to distract them. It's the Hanging Chad is what that card's called, chat. Re-triggers the first card played using scoring 2 additional times. So, essentially what Lynchy might be going for here, by playing the Blueprint off that Hanging Chad card, is some sort of run that has like a special points card. Say like a re-triggering Red Seal card or something like that. And then getting Blueprint to play it. You'll notice the chips are just going crazy on Lynchy's screen right now. That's what they're going to be going for overall. Finn now scoring a nice 3,000. Has a full house, kings and jacks. Holding onto that ace. Notice that Finn has $56. It's a lot of money. Finn could potentially rebuild their entire run if need be. Chat, this is going to be a big score from Finn. This has got the face card molt. 5,800. They're now approaching their 6,000. This run's starting to go. Now, you notice something just happened on Lynchy's screen that was very interesting, by the way. They played the Sigil card. Chat, that is a type of card you can get. It's a it's one of the many bonus card types in the game. They played the Sigil. What the Sigil does is it changes all of the cards that were on the screen, that are kind of like random selection of your cards in your deck, into one suit. Lynchy now has like fuckloads of club cards, essentially. So Lynchy has more club cards than anything else, which means getting flushes should be considerably easier. Ooh, Finn's now looking to see if they can pull Shoot the Moon in. This might be the time to get rid of Misprint. Yes, I think that's a good choice. They're wavering. They're thinking about it. Misprint's gone. They're going for Shoot for the Moon. Now, Shoot for the Moon is a fucking great card. It's also, I believe, foil, which means they're going to be getting extra chips from it. But Shoot the Moon... That is Shoot the Moon, right? Hang on, Shoot the Moon. Balatro. I went on their wiki and it showed a different card that isn't Shoot the Moon. I swear that's Shoot the Moon. Am I crazy? Now I remember Crowd Control Balatro. Oh shit. Crowd Control Balatro, that's a scary prospect. If that's not Shoot the Moon, what is it? Is it Satellite? No. Oh, is it Constellation? It might be. No, it's not Constellation. Have they just fucked the website? No, it's Supernova. Sorry, chat, I got the wrong one completely. So Supernova, the card that Finn just replaced Misprint for, adds a number of times the poker hand has been played this run to the molt. So if Finn is playing one hand over and over again, probably flush, I would imagine. That very often is the case. That is for me. Oh, and I've just seen Lynchy's run has come to a crashing end. The Blueprint run is over. Lynchy sadly now back to ante-1. Just how it is. Got to work back up from the ground up. But chat, we're 1 hour and 50 left. It's crazy how quick that's gone. How's everyone doing, chat? You're like you're settling in okay? I hope I'm not overdoing it with the trying to explain everything. I think it's something that you might be able to you know, slowly take the information in, but if you're not interested in that stuff, then, you know, you've got the leaderboard there to tell you what's going on. I'm okay, too humid. True that. What the fuck? A bro goes for dinner and Corvus has 6 figures. Yeah, Corvus is on Well, actually, Corvus right now is not on a hell of a run, but they were on a hell of a run. Maelstrom, how dare you explain the game to people who may not be familiar? Well, I'm hoping that I'm not, like, overdoing it for people, that's all. Finn is actually on kind of a good run, but has got a really rough boss here. All diamond cards are debuffed. Now, basically, they can still play diamond cards, but they don't count in scoring, chat. They're thinking about discarding the hearts. Now, I'm not sure if they might be going for 9s here. Like, they do have the Free of a Kind card. Now, the thing about the Free of a Kind card, chat, that's worth pointing out. You see the one that's on the left. On Finn's window. That means you get extra points if you play a Free of a Kind. But it doesn't have to be just Free of a Kind. You could play 5 cards, you could play Full House. Full House contains a Free of a Kind. You could play a flush that contains a Free of a Kind in it. Which normally you wouldn't be able to do. Finn just playing the Free of a Kind straight, which is not a bad shout. That means they're going to get the extra 12 malt from that card. Oh, it's getting scary though. They've only got 2 hands left and they've got a lot of room to make up. They do have a 2-pair set up there with the kings and the jokers. They could also go for the heart flush if they got rid of everything but the king, queen, and jack, which might be what they're going for. They're thinking about it. While they consider that, let us just check in with what the chat was saying. I have no idea what's happening or what the hell you're talking about, but somehow it's still super exciting. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm with All Life's Lost, yeah. There's different decks, right? I know about the balance, but I don't know about the potential other ones. There are lots of different decks, yeah, but as Morbo says, they're all using the default deck here, which is just the red deck. It does nothing special. The idea, just to be, it's a little easier for folks to follow. Otherwise, you know, some decks like reverse score and malt and do all sorts of weird shit. Some decks are like made up entirely of 2 suits, so everyone plays flushes or whatever. There's lots of different things. What's everyone's favorite opening Texas hand? Mine's Jack/10 suited. The hand without the gun. My favorite opening hand is 2 aces. I quite like that. It's a good start. No, to be fair, I actually don't play a lot of poker. I do like poker though. Alright, Lynch got a foil certificate. Certificate is an interesting one. At the beginning of a round, will add a random seal to a card in your hand. So, already at ante 2, the foil is going to be helping them get extra chips. Or extra malt, rather, sorry. It's polychrome, not foil. They're going to play Full House here? Or is it... No, it's... or 2-pair. Is that going to be enough? Oh, and that run is over. In the bin. Well, Finn is currently on ante 5. Currently the furthest ahead in any of these runs. Finn is now on a pretty good potential run here. They have a lot of money, which means they could re-roll the shop if they want. They're going to use Temperance in order to oh, they sold it. They actually don't need it. If they used it, they would have got like $20, but they sold it for 1. That's just how it goes. But they're going to use Earth card here, by the look of it, to level up the Full House to level 3. Very good, very good. Corvus is also on another good run. He's got some interesting things here. I forget what the Swashbuckler does. Adds a sell value of all Jokers owned... Of all other owned Jokers to Malt. Ah, okay. So that second card in that Corvus has, depending on how like rare his cards are, his Jokers are, they're going to add extra Malt for him. So what is it currently giving him? Let's find out. It's giving him 19 Malt at the moment, which is pretty substantial. Well, it's actually +9, but then it's also it's got a special thing on it. Oh! That's a hell of a card. A negative hack. Okay. Now, the hack is an interesting card, chat. The hack re-triggers any 2, 3, 4, or 5. Which means they score twice. So if you have like special 2, 3, 4s or 5s, they will score twice. You'll see them pop up in a minute. If he's going to play this here, he's got... is he going for a straight? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? He is. You're going to see the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5. They're all going to get re-triggered. That means they're going to add their chip score twice into the thing. Now, what you would want to do in a build like this is get as many, like, special effects on those cards as you could. So if you had, like, you know, bonus malt, bonus chips, or whatever on those cards, and then you get them just to keep setting off again and again, that's what you want. Dead Man's Hand is, according to legend, Ace and 8 of Spades. Oh. Hay fever kicking my ass once again, chat. Right, we're approaching the halfway mark. We're not quite there. I'm watching Finn's screen at the moment. I want to see, once Finn's run eventually ends, I don't want it to end, don't get me wrong. But once Finn's run is over, I will jump in and see how they're doing, how they're feeling. If they play another heart here, they'll have a flush. I think that's what they're going for. If they play the 3, they'll get a Fibonacci, which they're going for as well. Okay. This could be a good hand. 2 times malt from the glass card. Fibonacci popping off for one of them. Plus 10 malt from the constellation. They got 2 hands left to make up that 11,000. It is pretty tough. It's pretty tough going. They got a 3 of a kind here, which does work for their 3 of a kind Joker. They do have 1 discard left. They might end up not wanting to use that discard. We'll see if they do. No, they're going to go for it. They're going to commit. Okay, so they have currently got a flush if they went for it. Yeah, they're going to go for the flush. They're not going to go for the 3 of a kind. I don't know how much that's going to help. But they are going to get the face card buff off of it, and a bit of Fibonacci as well. 2739 malt, 2000. That's going to be a tough last ask. What have they got? 2 pair? Jacks and 7s? That's I don't know if that's going to be enough for them. I mean, they've got the face card. That's going to be a tough ask, chat. This could be the end of Finn's current run. They're going to go for it, though. They've got to go for the 2 of a kind. Or 2 pair, rather. They're going to get an additional 5 malt each off those face cards. Oh, just short of 11,000. That is tough. That is tough. Chat, I'm going to jump in and just see how Finn's doing. It seemed like it was going to be a good run. But it just pulled out the last second there. Finn. That was heartbreaking. That seemed like it was going some places. You had the Fibonacci, you had the face card.
Yes.
That's a damn shame. We were all rooting for you. I will say, by the way, not to add any pressure. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be that guy. But I think you actually won the bet that I put on at the start. You had 49% of the vote. People are backing you, Finn. They're in your corner. It's because you've got to remember, Finn. They've seen a lot of Vought Rassle, and you know, you're like a 2-time belt holder at this point. So we know the power of Raid Boss Finn if Raid Boss Finn turns up.
Yeah. It actually turned up.
No, I don't mean literally.
I'm just sitting here, just casually playing Balatro on my own, because I was like, I was like watching the leaderboard and just going, well, fuck.
I mean,
so it's like, right, off, just play some Balatro, have some cheesy crisps. having a
damn
lovely
right.
time.
I mean, the thing with Balatro is I think the first like good run that I had that like, you know, got all the way to the end was just complete fucking luck. Like I just got like a ridiculous Joker turn up that was like, oh, we give you +7 mult like for every card you played, and I was like, okay, great. So I'm not counting you out at all, Finn. I think you've still got plenty of time. We're not even quite halfway yet. So do not count yourself out either. The chat is behind you though. So just think of them. Think of them, Finn, when the cards are down. It's looking rough. Hashtag team bat, exactly. Hashtag team bat. Right, I'm gonna jump out and not distract you too much, but good luck.
Okay.
I'm rooting for you too. Alright, I've moved back across. We know Finn has domestic abuse as a backup card. Alright, Lynchy's on a bit of a run here now, and E8. We got a little wee Joker. Little wee fella there, he's polychromed up. He's going to be upgrading. That's actually going to be a really good run, I think, potentially. That has a potential for a very good run here. So what the wee Joker does, chat. Actually, no, that's not wee Joker, that's a tiny Joker, isn't it, I think? God, what's his fucking name? I gotta find him. I almost just typed in Tiny Andy into the search. I don't think that's his name. I think that's just like my brain wanted to call him that. Square Joker, that's his name. You got Square Joker. That Joker gains +4 chips if played hand has exactly 4 cards and will continually rank up. So Lynchy has a potential scaling build here with the wee Joker. Tiny Andy, new name. Yeah, he's not even called wee Joker, he's Square Joker. Now we know what that search brings, yeah. Also, is this the run where Lynchy got the sigil? No, it's not. You might notice, by the way, chat, just a little like aside. Not really like related to the actual gameplay that's happening on screen, but Lynchy has the high contrast cards on, which you might notice that unlike the others where it's like red and black, Lynchy's are all different colors. So it does a different color for each suit. It's there as like a an additional little sort of thing for people who struggle with that. You know, they got like a nice option. Corvus was just showing it on screen there. So if you like struggle looking at the just black and red cards or want it to look a little different, you can turn on high contrast, which is a nice little feature. For me personally, it doesn't help because the color they chose for diamonds looks the same as the color of hearts. So I don't use it personally. Doesn't change anyway. Right. We have a lot of people have restarted runs currently. Corvus looks like he's on potentially a little bit of a good one here with DNA and also the Bloodstone. He's got the Hobo Joker, which is there just for money. He's probably going to get rid of that. Yeah, +4 mult. That is like one of the standard, sort of most standard Jokers that you can get. He now has the probability one though, the dice. The dice is an interesting one. It's called Oops or Sixes. Doubles all listed probabilities, but because he has the what the fuck is the name of I really bad that I call it the Hobo Joker, but it's it's the only way I remember what it is. Vagabond. So he has a Vagabond that creates a tarot card if his hand is played with $4 or less. He wants to be on low money, which is kind of scary. So he's sitting on like 0 at the moment. I don't know if I guess the Bloodstone is getting buffed by the probability thing now, looking at it. So Bloodstone, chat, that's the one that's second in on Corvus' hand right now. That has a 1 in 2 chance for when hearts are played to give 1.5 mult. But now, because of the probabilities being doubled, it is going to activate every time. So essentially what Corvus is gonna probably want to go for here is some sort of like heart forward build, which it can be difficult to get other things out of your deck sometimes, but you can either go about it by copying like lots of heart cards. You can go about it by using cards that turn your current deck into different suits. You can also eventually get a card, potentially, that would allow all suits to count as hearts. Or not just all suits, but like diamonds would also be hearts, for example. So basically any red card would just be counted as a heart, which could be a really good way for him to bring this run through to fruition. They're going to be getting a lot of tarot cards, chat, which is the thing that goes in the top right. You see the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune he's got there. So those cards, basically, he's going to use that Wheel of Fortune to try and put a special effect on one of his jokers, which never fucking hits because you have 0 chance ever. It's not if it's not 100% chance, it might as well be 0. But essentially, he's going to be getting loads of these like bonus modifier tarot cards for the entire game. And as such, essentially, he might end up with a absolutely ridiculous deck. And also, speaking of absolutely ridiculous deck, Winterheart, welcome in. I see you're playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, according to the shout out. Very good. We're playing that on Mondays at the moment. And how was it? You made me play it, Mael. I mean, I guess I'm glad. That's like one of the nicest things you can hear when you're streaming, I feel. Is like, you know, you playing something has made it look enjoyable enough that other people want to play it. But yeah, no, Winterheart, thank you very much for the raid chat. There is a shout out there in the chat for Winterheart's channel. If you haven't done so, you should go check out Winterheart. Very nice gentleman. Very talented streamer in their own right. You've joined us as we are about to hit the halfway mark, Winterheart, in our Balatro Bluff tournament. As you can see by the leaderboard, Critical Corvus is currently out in the lead. We just got through Rock Tunnel to Lavender Town, I think. That was a heck of a slog. Am I at Rock Tunnel or am I at Mount Moon, where I left off last time? I can't remember. I just beat Brock. I can't remember what that tunnel is. It might be Rock Tunnel. Right, we got Lynchy's had to restart a run. Corvus is currently on the most deep going run out of the lot, as we can see at the moment. On anti-free. You're at Mount Moon. Okay, I got you. Be back in a moment. No worries, Winterheart. You go and do after stream care. Corvus just game overed. I don't know what happened. The run crashed and burned. That just happens sometimes, chat. He's going to get that tag there that gives him $25 if he beats the boss blind, which he should be able to do. Finn now on... Oh, that is... Okay, Half Joker is a really good early card. So Finn's going to play Half Joker here, chat. What Half Joker does is you get plus 20 mult if your hand contains less than 3 cards. I think it's less than 3. I don't think it's 3 or less. Oh, it is 3 or fewer. Okay, so Finn is basically able now to play really easy hands. This is the benefit of the Half Joker. Finn doesn't have to look for flushes. Finn can just look for pairs. There's a pair of queens, there's a 3 of a kind freeze, that sort of stuff, right? Finn can just play those now without like really caring about like the really difficult cards, because you're gonna get 20 mult every time, which if you bundle that with a couple of other jokers can be a pretty quick way to get the engine running on a run. So keep an eye on Finn's run, chat. It's gonna be an interesting one. It really depends on what they buy from here on out. Popcorn is a good early bet as well if you want to just get through. Yeah, Finn's going for the popcorn. So popcorn is essentially every time you play a hand, it's going to get less and less effective. Back any updates. I don't remember when you left off, but Corvus is now on 435k best hand played. Lynchy sitting in second with 27,000, and Finn in third at the moment with 6,000. But I think Finn's got an interesting run cooking up here. You might want to keep an eye on. So essentially, Finn wants to play pairs that have clubs in them. More or less. Pairs that have clubs in will give Finn lots of points. So Finn has like those double 9s there. that on its own will probably get them through the round at 1,200. They might end up fishing for more because they've got discards available. There's no reason why they can't. Let's see if Finn fundamentally sort of gets what this layout of Jokers is about. They could also go for that straight, even though it doesn't play with the half Joker. I think the popcorn will bring them through. The 9-10 Jack Queen King. So they're gonna go for. Sometimes it's okay to play the bigger hands. You're not gonna pop off your half Joker, but you're gonna get more chances for the stone to pop with the clubs. So it's not necessarily a bad shout. That's a 5,000 point hand, chat. Finn is already now approaching their best hand scored. And they're only on ante 2. It's a good start. Lynchy now on ante 3. Also running a half Joker deck. Interesting. They both ended up on the same thing. Now, the only thing is, Lynchy here kind of has a kind of fight to some degree with the Jokers, in that they have a Joker that wants you to play straights, which is 5 cards, and they have one that wants you to play stuff that is 3 or less. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lynchy deals with that. They might end up ditching one of those. I would imagine probably the straights, because straights are considerably harder to play. Something we haven't touched on, by the way, is you see Lynchy just bought a voucher. If you get to the shop after beating a boss blind, there will always be a voucher on sale. But they are permanent upgrades to like that run. They're usually quite helpful as well. There's stuff like increase your hand size by 1, or maybe more rare Jokers will show up in the shop, that sort of stuff. Okay, Lynchy's got the similar sort of build to Finn, like I said, going on here with the half Joker thing. Playing off the hanging Chad here. Oh, 2 hands left. They should be fine. They could just play a pair of 6s here and it would get them through. They're going to play 2 of a kind or 2 pair. No, they backed off. Yeah, that's probably the right move. They'll get their plus 20 mult. Yeah, very good. Like to see it. Right, Finn going forward into the Psychic. You have to play 5 cards. Now, the problem with the Psychic for this build is that Finn cannot profit from the half Joker. So essentially, every hand Finn plays right now is going to have 5 cards in it. Now, they are still going to be able to get through this, I think, just by brute force from the popcorn. I think it'll be fine. Now, I believe they can play... Yeah, they've got a... Yeah, that's not bad. It's not a bad shout. They've got a full house there. Now, the popcorn, I think, should pull them through here. Because it's just going to give them plus 16 mult on everything they do. Yeah, no problem. Finn will get through this just fine. That is a potential run killer if you get that later on with this kind of build, though. You don't want to be playing 5 cards, chat. Because you're not going to get any mult. Now, this is where Finn needs to identify that they can just play... I mean, they had to play 5 cards, admittedly. But in this run, overall, they need to identify the strength of the half Joker. And then start leveling up their pair and so on and so forth. You're going to discard a couple of cards there. They're going to go for a... Probably go for a Heart Flush. I think they're very close to a Heart Flush. They need... Oh, does that count? I mean, they're going to get the pair. That's going to be fine. That'll get them through the finish line. That's not a problem. You can play 5 cards. Don't all have to score for that boss. That's all that matters. Alright, Finn is now approaching ante 4. Same place as Lynchy. In fact, all runners are currently approaching ante 4. So check in and see how Corvus is doing. He's got a negative Joker in his deck. I actually don't... I think that might just be the standard Joker. Which is not, like, the best thing you want for a negative, to be honest. It's just going to give him plus 4 mult, but because it's negative, it doesn't take up any spaces. So, why not? Now, he has that dagger. That's the ceremonial dagger, I believe. That thing is kind of scary. Ceremonial Dagger is when a blind is selected, destroy the Joker to the right and permanently add double its sell value to this malt. So, essentially, you're going to watch Corvus' screen. Every time he selects a blind, that dagger is going to kill one of his Jokers. Unless it's on the far right, in which case it won't. But, over the course of his run, it's going to get exponentially stronger as it keeps feeding off of the Jokers he kills. Finn's got the misprint. That'll be a decent card here to help just get some extra malt for the early part of the game, but eventually you'll probably want to move off of it. Again, Finn can just play like a pair of 7s here, or like the pair of 5s, or the pair of 4s on their own, and probably just win. That half Joker is powerful. They're going to play pair of 7s, get rid of the ace. So instead of discarding that ace, you can play it alongside your pair, and that's just going to get rid of it. They're going to get 22 malt from that last card there as well, 1,344. Easy peasy. They just got to play one more hand. Just, again, like a pair of 5s or something, probably see him through. Now what Corvus's dagger is killing, it's on a murder spree. It's currently on plus 18 malt though. So it's the sell value of the Joker to the right. The problem being that he's going to have to consistently buy Jokers to keep feeding that dagger. So he needs to get some economy going. He's currently on 11, which probably will buy him something. Something we haven't covered, by the way, chat, is basically at the start, or rather at the end of every round, you'll see the amount of hands that you have left will give you some money. So you see Corvus is about to finish his run here of this like round. He's just going to play some stuff there to upgrade his or discard some stuff to upgrade his castle. So he's going to play this flush. You'll see he has 3 hands left. That means he's going to get 3 bonus gold added to his money, additional to the money you'd get from just clearing the blind as well. So this is a boss blind, so he's going to get 5 for that. He's going to get 3 extra, and he's going to get 2 interests per $5 over he is. So he's now kind of earning money more, I guess exponentially. As you earn money, you kind of earn more money. It's just how interest works in real life. But it's going to work out quite well for him here, I think. That dagger is a scary card, but you know what? I think Corvus can make it work. I'm always worried about it. Plus 18 malt, though. That's nothing to be sneezed at. Now, what's Finn got going on here? Finn has a swashbuckler. That is the sell value of all other Jokers are added to the malt. Finn has a lot of malt cards. No malt multipliers, which I will point out, timesing your malt is often the key to success. I'm now noticing that Lynchy is also on a run with a hiker, a foiled hiker. Hiker is, as we discussed in like one of the first runs, potentially a very powerful card. The hiker chat will permanently upgrade the score that a card gives, so plus 5 to chips for every card that you play. So essentially your deck is just going to get stronger and stronger as it goes. Again, if you need a reminder, chips, the left-hand number in blue, when you play a card, say you play like a 5, you'll get 5 chips. And then it'll be multiplied by your multiplier, which is the red number, which is affected by all sorts of stuff. A dagger eating another card for Corvus here. I need to see what that card is. It is a castle, isn't it? This Joker gains plus 3 chips per discarded suit card. Okay, so the suit changes every round on the castle. He's going to be discarding cards to level it up. It's another permanently scaling card as well. So you've got a chip scaler and a malt scaler going on in Corvus's run right now. I think if Corvus could get a malt multiplier, he'd be on a pretty strong run. Yeah, square Joker there coming up for Finn. That's actually kind of useless for the build that Finn currently has going. One of those things that kind of runs against itself. You're like, you don't want something that gives you or wants you to play 4 cards, but also wants you to play 3 cards, if that makes sense. Oh. I imagine that's going to be worth a bit of money, isn't it? For the knife. That's a pretty good card there. Red Seal, Jack of Diamonds with the suit smeared off is a pretty useful card. Finn now on a boss blind here for anti-free called the House. So the first hand is going to be drawn face down. You can see Finn is trying to sort through suit to see if they can tell kind of what they have. They're playing free cards here just to kind of get something out. But to be honest, with the plus 20 mult and the popcorn mult, you got unlucky on misprint. It's not a terrible hand considering they had no idea what they had. Now, they're probably going to want to discard the face down cards unless they want to just try figure out if they've got something going on by sorting the hand. Also, we've got boss blind on Corvus' screen as well, playing the Psychic. Not the nicest, but not the worst. Essentially wants you to play 5 cards, but they don't all have to be scoring cards, so it couldn't be too bad. They're playing a full house though. That should get them through. With lots of bonus mult as well. That's the red streaks on the card, chat. If you're not sure. There you go, 7,800, no problem. Now we've got Lynchy currently running through the big blind anti-6. This is a pretty good run by the look of it. A lot of re-triggers are happening on these cards, chat. That's a 33,000 point hand. Lynchy now upping their best score for the night so far. Up to 33,000. Beautiful, beautiful. This could be Lynchy's run. So Lynchy has the I can't remember what that one is called. I want to say it's like the Scholar or something. I'm gonna just look it up. Lynchy has the... Where the fuck is this Joker? Where are you? No, you're further down. What a dick. I went all the way to the top. He's not at the top, he's somewhere in the bottom of this list. Also, hang on, all eyes lost. Asking a question. Let me just read this. Just to clarify, leaderboard is the best scoring round, not the overall combination. It's the best scoring hand. Also, I should have just looked up Scholar. Played aces give 20 chips and 4 mult when scored. That's that card that she currently has. Along with that hiker. What is that Joker? That's the abstract Joker. Abstract is plus 3 mult for each Joker card. So they're currently getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume they're getting all 5, which is 15 mult. Hiker is just upgrading those cards, and the Hanging Chad card, rather, helping out. They have an interesting thing going on here, Lynchy, with the Hanging Chad, because it re-triggers the first played card 2 times, which is then getting it further upgraded by the Hiker. Once again, though, I think they're missing a mult multiplier. I think they need to get a mult multiplier in their kit as soon as possible. They do also have Constellation, which is Joker gains 0.1 mult every time a planet card is used. So if they're using lots of planet cards to level up their stuff, that's going to be helping out quite a lot. I like what Finn's got going here with the half Joker. Sailing through anti-freeze boss, the house. Very good. Now we'll see if Finn can add something here with the boss money. Something here that plays in with that half Joker would be great. Booster pack skip, that seems a bit worthless to me. What about this one? Plus 15 mult when 0 discards remain is not to be sniffed at. Now, it's not necessarily a card you'd want to take to the end of the game, but that is a card that will dig you out of a hole. 15 mult at the end of a... like, with no discards remaining means basically you're already fucked anyway, because you can't get rid of stuff, so if you did then get the additional mult, you could just play a high card, get a ton of mult off it. It's pretty helpful. All right. We have 1 hour and 15 minutes left, chat. It's gone really quick. A reminder, we had a vote earlier as well. A bet. We had Lynchy sitting at 25% of the bet, Corvus at 26%, and Finn at 49%. I know it's currently looking like Corvus has this sealed, but we do also have Lynchy on an anti-7 run with a very strong build. I think they just need a multiplier, and I think that'll take it through. Finn now looking to just discard some stuff from the deck. They've got plenty of 2 pairs here. Like, just playing that 6 and that 6 together could be enough. And then you could use the 3rd space they've got just to discard something. Yeah, the 2 4s as well. Basically, at this point, Finn can just play pairs. If they haven't been upgrading pair, then it might be a struggle for them later on. So we'll see how that goes. We have Corvus now on the boss of Anti-5. All diamond cards are debuffed, so anything he has that are diamond, they can still be played, they're just not going to count towards scoring. Lynchy now with enough money to re-roll the shop a few times. Next base edition Joker becomes foil, which is plus 50 chips, taking the tag but going straight into the boss of Anti-7. The Serpent, after play or discard, always draw 3 cards. Now this sounds like it would be a negative thing, chat, but what you can do with the Serpent is essentially just burn your discards down until you have a handful of cards. 26,000 point score straight in there. Lynchy, very well done. So now you're on 9 cards, you see. They only discarded 2. Gonna play their queens along with their 5s. That's also a purple seal queen with glass on it. There's going to be a big score. 48,000. That's a new score for Lynchy. New high score. Also straight through into Anti-8 now. We have Finn now on the small blind of Anti-4. They have run out all of their discards, which sounds like they would be in dire straits, but honestly is actually kind of beneficial for them with their setup. They're now going to be getting the additional molt from their final card in their deck. We're going to see that come through now. Going to get a 6 molt from that. We're going to get Swashbuckler molt. We're going to get that molt. That is now 6,533. That is also a new high score for Finn. Finn now on their best run. Chat, we have Lynchy on their best run and Finn on their best run. How's Corvus doing? Let's check in with him. He's still got the scary dagger, but he's also got the castle. That castle's now got 72 chips it's giving. I didn't see what the dagger was giving, but it seemed pretty substantial. Oh, that's plus 50 molt. Fucking hell. Yeah, I think Corvus now, by the look of it, considering he's got 2 spaces left, I imagine, other than just wanting to, you know, obviously kill more Jokers, probably looking for a molt multiplier. You're kind of at the whim of the game to some degree. Hopefully it'll show up. Right, he's going to play himself a... Oh, that's scary. Playing through his hands as discards, essentially, chat, but he got the flush, which will bring him through to the end of that big blind. Very good. Right, Lynchy is on quite a run here. This re-triggering ace is kind of crazy. It's fucking triggering so many times. That's a 52,000 point hand for Lynchy. That's the best hand they've scored again. That is now just getting upgraded. Oh, what is this negative Joker that you've just gotten, Corvus? That's been eaten. It's gone. We don't care who he is. He's gone. He's been eaten. Alright, Corvus now. 0 discards start is a bit rough. But I think through brute force is going to be okay. With just the sheer amount of molt that they are able to pull. Alright, we've got Finn here. Again, running with another straight. I think that's going to see them through just fine. Again, though, I think Finn either needs to commit to this half Joker or get rid of it. That would be my personal recommendation. Just looking at it, it's the half joker is really good, but only if you're playing things that trigger it. Otherwise, it's kind of just hanging around doing nothing. But they're early enough in the run that honestly they could kind of not worry about it too much. Lynchy now is scoring another big hand by the look of it. This is going to be a crazy one. I think that would have been an even bigger hand if that glass queen went first. But they are on the Cerulean boss, Cerulean Bell, which is actually really fucking annoying, chat. What the Cerulean Bell does is it forces you to play a card. So you have to factor that card in. 60,000 point hand, though. That's another high score for Lynchy. Lynchy now trying to figure out what the fuck to do with this queen. I would just play the kings and the jacks if I were Lynchy here. And just say fuck you to that boss. The important thing to remember with the Cerulean Bell is that even if it does pull a card up, you don't have to just play that card or like play around that card. You can totally just play a legitimate hand next to it. So you could play like you're gonna do here 2 pair with an 8. Like that 8 doesn't matter. It's just not there for the scoring. So it should be a pretty good hand. 89,000. That's another high score for Lynchy. Lynchy now looking like they might be able to catch up with that ridiculous early score set by Corvus. Also, I just noticed Finn got a new best score as well. 8,742. Very good, Finn. Finn's starting to see the flames now on the score. That's always a good sign. That means you're basically doing well. That's a good a sign as any. So we have Finn and Lynchy just round on round, essentially continually upgrading their scores right now. Now, I'm a little scared about what Corvus is doing here with this this layout. I think I don't know if he's just feeding the the knife to the void. Just gonna eat all of his cards. Finn is seeking blood of a unicorn and crow. Hashtag Team Bat. Indeed. Oh, no. The Corvus has now dragged the dagger over. That dagger was about to have a free meal on that castle. Upgrading his flush, now level 3. That's another part of this game. Sometimes you want to go for leveling the hands. Sometimes you want to go for, like, leveling your cards. Also, I will point out, by the way, Lynchy is now in endless mode, anti-9. Now, this is where the scores start to get difficult, chat. Lynchy's got to clear 110,000. It shouldn't be a problem, but these scores get exponentially bigger. You need to see what the big blind is going to be after this, because this is only the small blind. Lynchy coming in with currently on 66,000, needs 110. Should get it here with the 2 pair, especially as it's re-triggering with 1.5 mult over and over again. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we've got one hand left. I think they're going to be fine. This is a bit tight, though. They do have a 9-10. No, they don't have... Oh, shit. I think Lynchy's okay. We'll have to see. Yeah. Never sweated it, chat. No problem. But it is a little scary. That means that Lynchy's running out of steam with this build. Gotta hope that something comes up that they can use. They've got plenty of money that they could re-roll the shop a few times here. They are going to spend some money on Arcana packs. Steel cards, random jokers, enhanced into lucky. There's a couple of things they could be doing here. They're making some malt cards, extra malt. Alright, Finn is now up against the boss of Anti-4 as well, sitting at the Manacle. Not too bad, -1 hand. Lynchy seems to be spending down a lot of their money now, getting the malt multiplier from Constellation going. They now also have Acrobat. I just noticed they have Acrobat. That's 3 times malt. That's sitting at the end of the hand there. That's going to do a big deal. Oh, Finn playing a 2 pair. Alright, 55,000 points here from Lynchy's first hand. Let's see how this goes for the second. Okay, they got a 3 of a kind. They got a full house, actually. Gonna play the full house. Again, sadly, not re-triggering the bonus king, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much. 92,000. This is it's a weird thing with this game, chat, where order of operations often matters quite a lot. So you can see that now Lynch is playing this ace first here with a re-trigger. That means it's going to re-trigger, and then it's also going to re-trigger its re-trigger. I don't know how best to describe that, but it's just how it works. So they're going to get a lot more score from it. 146,000. Pastry like, eh? So, essentially, what's happening on Lynchy's screen is every time they play, the first card in their hand gets re-triggered anyway by their first joker, which is called the Hanging Chad. You can see where it says again. So, if the first card has an effect on it, which that one did, which got them 165,000, so Lynchy now clearing the 165 required for the big blind and also catching up to Corvus once again. They're now going to have to go into the boss blind, though, which is going to be rough. This might be their last chance to get a big score here on this run before things get out of hand. But yeah, the Hanging Chad, which is the ballot card that you can see at the top of Lynchy's screen, chat, that re-triggers the first card. So if it already has a seal, a red seal on it, which is the little red like wax seal thing, that also re-triggers the card. Those effects stack. I thought Corvus had 43k, just a tad more, just a tad, yeah. Corvus now just has a polychrome knife. My man's like fucking Krauser over here. I love this shit. That's 70 mult times 1.5 mult. Fucking knife life. Lynchy got a really unlucky boss blind here, chat. This is the wall. It's already in endless mode, going to be like a big ask to get 440,000. I don't know if Lynchy... Oh, and Corvus! The knife didn't pan out. Krauser build. Sadly, not the one. Lynchy now with 2 hands left on 140,000 needs 44,000. Only 1 discard left. This is looking like a rough one. Oh, that is a hell of a draw, though. Full house, all face cards with the re-triggering Molt King. This is going to be a big score. Okay, but there's only 76,000. I think Lynchy might be fucked here. Oh, no, but the Acrobat. There is the Acrobat, chat. I forgot about the Acrobat. Does Lynchy have anything to go with the Acrobat, though? Not really. They kind of spent everything they had. Oh, and Finn's run just come to an end as well. Into a new run as we enter into the final hour. How much can the Acrobat do here? Times 3 mult, 56k, not enough. Lynchy with 163,000, best hand, chat. 1 hour to go. I'm going to pull folks in a second and just let them know once we hit that 1 hour mark. When you miscalculate what is your last hand, yeah, Lynchy, that was rough. That was rough. You had a good thing going there. That was a hell of a score, though. Still plenty of time. This has been good. This has been a very... Oh, fucking hell, Wheel of Fortune hit for Corvus. That's rare. This has been a very entertaining round of Balatro. I've enjoyed this a lot. It's actually fun watching other people play this game, as it turns out. Especially when you know what's going on. And hopefully, chat, I'm conveying some of that knowledge to you. I don't expect it to stick, but if I can at least explain some of the things as they're happening in the moment, that's all I can really ask for. Okay, that's actually a really good starting Joker that Finn's got coming up here. The blue Joker. But they're going to go for the other one, which is not a bad Joker either. It was kind of a tough decision to make. Right. We're now coming up to the 1 hour mark. All right, I'm just going to draw everyone into the channel quickly. All right, folks, sorry to drag you in during your runs. I just want to make you all aware that you are now entering into the final hour.
Cool.
Wow.
We're into the last hour. Current standings, just so you know, Corvus is on 435,942. Lynchy in second with 163,541. And Finn on 8,742 in third. Now, you've got an hour. If you need to, by the way, there's nothing saying you can't bin a run. If you don't think it's going anywhere, feel free to hit new run and just go again until you get what you want. But best of luck to everybody. I think everyone's doing great. And I can't wait to see who wins.
Thank you.
Don't lie to me.
No, you had a good run going, Finn. It just got unlucky. I like that half Joker run. Right, I'm going to drag you guys back into your channels, though. But
okay.
Good luck.
Bye.
Right, there we go. Everyone is now aware. Alright, so we enter into our last hour here, chat. How's everyone doing, by the way? I hope you're enjoying the Maelstrom Invitational so far. I'm just going to show on the screen, real quick, the prize that folks are playing for. Is going to be a 12-month subscription. The beat just dropped in Devil Trigger and I got blue board by Mailberry. Oh, Lynch, I'm so sorry. Oh dear, that's great. Right, let me just show the stuff on the screen here. So yeah, basically they're going to be playing for the prize pool, as it were. It's a 12-month subscription, transferable if you already have your subscription sorted or whatever, and you want to gift it to someone. You can absolutely do that. That's up to you. But that's a 12-month subscription to the channel. You can also win, additional to that, a £50 Steam gift card, which will just be sent to you and you can spend on whatever the fuck you want. And then finally, the final thing that folks will be winning, if I can just get it on the screen here. I'm gonna add some fade transition, why not? Let's make it all fancy. By fancy, not really. It's gonna be a t-shirt drawn by our very own Mighty Niao, chat. So this is the t-shirt that the winner will be getting. It will be this on the front. On the back, it will be basically like some information. Like I won the Balatro tournament or whatever, with the Maelstrom Invitational stuff on the back. So that's going to be the t-shirt. I think that is some wonderful artwork. Thank you very much, Mighty Niao. Even though he will never hear me say it because he never has sound, video, presence. He doesn't exist. He was never born. As we know, Neil constantly in lurk mode. It is a banging design, it is. I'm really excited to see that on the shirt as well, which should be really good. Alright, we have Corvus on a run here where it's anti-free and he's getting 20,000 a round. He's got the banana! Oh, we have the Gross Michelle. Or is it the Cavendish? No, it's Gross Michelle before it breaks, isn't it? So we've got the Gross Michelle banana. Plus 15 mult, but has a 1 in 6 chance of being destroyed at the end of the round, chat. You actually kind of want it to be destroyed eventually. Because then it means that the Cavendish can show up in the shop, which is a 3 times mult card with a 1 in 1,000 chance of being destroyed at the end of a round, which is pretty unlikely. So once that banana breaks for Corvus, he'll have the option to buy another banana. I didn't know that, thanks, Mel. No worries. Double banana. Banging design. Is this a rerun? It's always a rerun. Been enjoying the music as well. I've always, to be honest, I'm so glad Rainwave exists. I don't know what I'd do without Rainwave. Be a fucking sad time. Lynchy's, however, currently raving to their own music, the Devil Trigger, which, you know, can't go wrong with a bit of that. What is that Joker that Lynchy has? Let's have a look, shall we? That is... I'll find it eventually if I scroll through this list. Or I won't, because I'll go all the way... There we go. It is the Astronomer. All planet cards and celestial packs in the shop are free. Ah, interesting. So, Lynchy's build currently is, with that Joker, is able to just buy planet cards for free. Which they level up your hands. Oh, Finn now getting the... Oh, that one's pretty fucking good if I remember rightly. That's the tarot card one. I can't remember what it's called. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it's I think if I remember rightly, that card levels up as you use tarot cards. So you get, it's like a malt card that gives more malt. Every time you use a tarot card, it adds to its malt. Which, by the way, malt is just short for multiplier. It's just what I call it in the game. Yeah, Fortune Teller. +1 malt per tarot card used this run. So essentially, Finn is going to be wanting to buy tarot cards en masse. Fucking Lynchy is putting an emergency pickle on the deck and a face as well in the corner. Very good. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Finn plays this one out. It's going to be interesting. Oh, I don't know if I recognize that one. What is the spooky hand card that Lynchy currently has? Let's find out. Well, I've played a lot of this game, chat. I haven't played on an unlocked deck, so I actually haven't seen all of the cards in the game. This is the 4 fingers. All flushes and straights can be made with 4 cards. That's a pretty fucking good card. That means basically, you know, normally you'd have to play, say, 5 hearts, you can play 4 hearts instead. Or if you had to play like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you could play 2, 3, 4, 5. That would also count. So we see a 4 heart flush. The only thing with playing 4 cards, say, flush, is you are going to get less chips, technically. But that doesn't necessarily matter too much. Gonna play the 2 pair. I think Lynchy should be able to get through this. Just needs some good cards to drop. Another flush sitting waiting for him if they want it. How many hours have you put into the game? I have put 30 hours roughly into this. It's one of those games I sometimes go back and play. So every so often, I'll just put a couple hours into it. It's a fun, I wouldn't say a time waster per se, but it's a fun game you can kind of, you know, get a 30-minute run out of and then go on and play something else. Oh, I hate to see it. The run cut short. Alright, Corvus has got something going here on Ante 5 in the small blind. Another castle run, so it's another chip increaser. It's a game you can put on after dinner for a quick game and it's suddenly 1 AM. That too, absolutely. Oh! I believe we have a Cavendish. A Cavendish has appeared. We have a Mega Banana, chat. So that banana has a 1 in 1,000 chance of breaking, which is not very likely, but it is also a 3 times multiplier, so there's a big multiplier now. Along with that polychrome Joker he's got at the end there, which is a 1.5 times multiplier. So right now, Corvus has got a lot of chip cards. He's got a foiled up castle. He's got the Cavendish there running a nice like multiplier. Yeah, he's got some good stuff going here. This could be a good run. He needs something that's going to be like multiplicative malt, as it were. Like oh, fucking Vampire's a scary card to get at this point in the game. I don't know if Corvus has gotten enough like additional bonus cards at this point to really use the Vampire though. that vampire will eat enhancements off of a card. Say like, you know, if you've got a bonus card or like seals on a card or whatever. Actually, I think it leaves seals alone if I remember rightly. But yeah, the vampire will eat them and add it to the malt of its own card. It can very quickly destroy your deck, but it can also become very powerful in the process. So Finn here up against the Needle, which is only play one hand. This is a really horrible boss if you're not set up for it. But they have the half Joker. It's only 800 points. I think they could probably get through this with just a pair. They do have a 10-10 with a malt addition to it. So they could go for that. They're going to play out their discards though, which is clever. Lynchy currently with a massive hand. That's because of the bean. Can't actually remember what that card is called. I'm going to quickly see if I can find it on the list. But that bean card is what's doing the extra hands. That'll eventually drop off. I believe it goes down every round. Turtle bean it's called. Plus 5 hands. Or 5 hand size reduces by 1 each round. So that will eventually be sold. Oh, shit! Okay, Corvus has really got something going now. That is the card shop. That is another 3 times malt if the poker hand has already been played this round, chat. So, what we have currently going on Corvus' side is he's got foiled up chip cards to the left. You're essentially just adding a bunch of chips for him, and then he has all of these times things. I think it's a 1.5 times from the Joker that's the polychromed rather, sorry, that's in the middle. That's then going to get hit by ×3, which then if he plays a repeat hand that round is going to get hit with another ×3. So that's potentially a lot of points. In fact, you might see it here, I think. I think you already played a 3 of a kind this hand. No? No, he didn't. I lie. I lied to your face. Lynchy with that Constellation card as well. I remember Constellation, we looked at it earlier. It's going to be, not Constellation, fucking, why do I keep doing that? It's not Black Hole. There's 3 cards that all kind of sound the same. They're all like Constellation or like Space. There's one called Satellite. I need to find it. They all kind of look similar. We haven't seen Campfire come up yet, chat, by the way. Campfire is one of those cards that I think can take you to the E numbers. Along with a couple others, obviously, but like Obelisk is another one that's kind of scary. Trying to find this card. It's not Constellation. It's Supernova. Okay, so that's the one that adds the number of times a poker hand has been played to the run. So essentially, the more that Lynchy doubles down on the same type of hand, then the more use out of Supernova they're going to get. I don't know how many tarot cards Finn has used at this point, but I imagine that guy's got to be given some good malt by now. Finn with a fuckload of face cards. King, king, queen, queen, jack, jack, jack. Not benefiting from the half Joker here if they play this full house, but should be getting quite a lot of additional chips at least. And they're also getting the suit bonuses there. It's only +1 malt for the fortune teller, so they haven't used much in the way of tarot cards yet. They have got that Empress sitting up there. They are only anti-free though, so there's plenty of time to get that going. Alright, Lynchy now cashing out on the boss here, sitting at anti-4, moving their little face around the fucking screen. It's gonna get burned into everyone's monitors now. Alright, we now have I suppose -2, not a big deal there for Corvus, but playing the Ox, playing a full house sets your money to 0. At a 43,000 hand, straight off the bat, looking good at Ante-7 to be able to clear the boss in one go, especially when they didn't even need to trigger the card shop. So that's always good. This is fucking Cheetah-Men, isn't it? Cheetah-Men. We have 44 minutes left, chat. A reminder, by the way, this is the first Maelstrom Invitational of 3. We will be doing another one of these at the end of the month on the 29th of August. That will be the Millennia Melee. I have gotten 4 people have gotten back to me now, essentially saying they are free to do the event or whatever. I do also have someone sitting in as a substitute potentially, if someone has a dropout. But yeah, Millennia Melee should be a good one. I'm looking forward to that. Reminder, if you don't know what that actually is, by the way, they're going to be fighting Millennia for 3 hours, but they're going to be fighting it solo, no summons, with a level 125 character. And you're getting rid of the Supernova now in order to get Chicot. Now, that is a legendary card, chat. That one there. You don't see it very often. So, Lynchy rightly taking it. That card disables every boss blind. So now, while it doesn't give any extra mult or anything, Lynchy now essentially has a card that just makes it so boss blinds don't matter anymore. Lynchy positioning the little face again somewhere else on the screen. So now boss blinds essentially just are now big blinds for Lynchy, which should help quite a lot getting through Ante 4 to 8. But they are going to need to get some good mult cards to back that up. Scoring 175 ain't going to cut it. Sometimes you end up throwing all you can at like something that sounds good on paper, but might kill your run, chat. I've done that numerous times. 6, 7, 8, 10. They don't really have anything here. They don't have flushes. They got rid of the thing that lets them play flushes at 4 cards. Finn getting through Ante 3 there, big blind. Now about to go on to the boss themselves. Also, we have Corvus on the boss of Ante 7. All diamond cards debuff. Doesn't seem too bad. But they are now out of discards. Which is kind of scary. So I'm having to play a high card here and just kind of throw it at the wall and hope for the best. Got a 2 pair. Not too much going on here. They're just playing out their hands to see if something else better crops up for this this final hand here. They've only got to score 20,000. They got a full house with a bonus card in there, but 1 debuff card. It shouldn't matter too much, I don't think. I think they're going to clear it easy here. Yeah. 180k now. Lynchy's starting a new run. I didn't see what happened, but it died. Every fucking game I pull soul card, I get fucked right after. Fuck this game, says Lynchy. Strong words. I understand. Sometimes this game could be a dick. But with 40 minutes left, there's still plenty of time for some runs here. Finn now in the window, similar to Corvus last round. All diamond cards debuffed. Again, not too bad, unless you are running like a deck full of diamond cards, in which case it would be pretty fucked up. Finn gonna discard the diamond cards by the look of it. Probably should just use that High Priestess. There's no reason not to. Yeah, there we go. He uses it. That's going to add +1 mult to the tarot reader as well, the fortune reader. Gonna level up the high card and 2 of a kind as well. Or 2 pair. I keep saying 2 of a kind. That's not a card in Joker. Also in poker, not Joker. Twitch have changed it where the ad break thing no longer goes at the bottom of the screen. It goes at the top of chat, and it's all in a big green window. It's really distracting. But I guess it lets me know that we're on ad. Chat, if you haven't done so, don't feel like you have to subscribe to the channel. Instead, you can go to vot.gg/ad-free, which will give you some information on how to get an ad blocker set up that will get rid of those pesky Twitch ads. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can absolutely sub if you want, but you don't have to. I'd rather you just enjoyed the stream. If I could turn ads off, I would. But sadly, I can't, so I shan't. Alright, we've got Corvus now in ante 8. Going into the big blind. Getting another run close to endless status. Finn now trying to clear the window. Got 1 hand left. No, 2 hands left, sorry. Just over half the score left to get. I'm looking at what they have here. They really need to be going for like a build that utilizes that half Joker. Going for like 2 pair or 3 of a kind or something here would really play well with Finn's hand. 3 of a kind, probably. I mean, they've got the crazy Joker as well for playing straights. I think that's like not bad for build diversity, but they need to be kind of sticking to one or the other to some degree. If you're playing straights and getting plus 12, you could be playing 3 cards and getting plus 20 molt. You know, it would probably equal out to be better score-wise to play less cards. It's tough call to make sometimes. Corvus now sailing through the big blind. No sweat. Lynchy also now running the Fortune Teller card. That'll be an interesting thing to see. Now, essentially with the Fortune Teller, as I said earlier, you want to just use as many tarot cards as you can. So we may see Lynchy here save up a bunch of money and just spend out on the shops, try and get tarot cards. It can be a really good scaling card for that. Right, we now have the Violet Vessel boss, which is the very large blind for Corvus. That is honestly not something you necessarily want to see going into Endless. 300,000 rather, sorry, is something you would get like the boss of Ante 9. Getting 85,000 on their first hand, though, seems like they're probably going to get through this just fine. Unless the card gods decide to fuck him up. We'll see. Gonna have to burn a hand here to discard some stuff. Apparently it's International Clown Week. Oh, well, why wasn't I informed? Alright, Finn got a difficult decision to make here. Gonna play the flush. I don't know if it's gonna do it for them. But it's kind of what they had. They're only going to get the 5 molt from the Fortune Teller. That's going to be the end of that run. Enough time to start a new one then. Because every day is Clown Week for you? Well, that doesn't even make sense logistically, does it? You sit in the corner and you think about how weeks work. Corvus now having to play 2 pair for the final hand. I don't know if it's going to activate his card sharp. It's not. That is the end of that run. I was ashamed to see. That looked like it had some legs. Still, though, clearing sort of 95k or whatever in one hand is not terrible by any stretch. But Corvus has set his own bar pretty high here with 435k. Mighty L, welcome in. Howdy. Do you have sound, video? Balatro Day, indeed. We were showing off your t-shirt earlier. The winner will be taking home. Right, we've got Finn and Corvus now starting a new run roughly at the same time. We've got Lynchy now going into a run into Ante 4, just beat the boss for Ante 3. Ooh. Polychrome Juggler. Why not? Are you going to go for the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, yeah! And it hit as well. Now you got polychromes. Beautiful. I miss people's reactions. Yeah, I've shown the shirt a couple of times now, I think. I showed it last week as well when I announced thingy if you want to see it. It'll still be on my my VOD recordings with the chat stuff. Well, at least until they get rid of it. Twitch get rid of it. Right, Corvus here having to get through the first boss blind. Sometimes can just be the run killer, to be honest, chat. So I think Corvus doing a strat that I tend to do, which is I skip the small and big blinds just to get the tags, if they're any good at least, and then you use that to go into the boss blind just to quickly see if you've got a run going, essentially. You can normally get through the first boss with like 2 flushes or a straight, but sometimes, you know, you end up going for burning for a lot of nothing burger runs. This straight will see quite a lot of points. I'll probably be like 420, something like that. 320. And you just got to do that again and it'll be through the boss. Did anyone spot the little Easter eggs? I pointed them out to people on one of the streams just to make sure people had seen them. But yeah, no, that's a very cool shirt, Neil. I think everybody was pretty damn impressed with it. And the winner of this is going to get that cool shirt, and it's going to be a one-time thing, chat. The only other person who's going to own the shirt, by the way, will be this particular shirt anyway, will be Neil. As anyone who has drawn the shirts for the event will also be getting their own free copy of the shirt. Just without the I won the like Balatro Bluff shit on the back or whatever, because, you know, they didn't. So Neil will get his own shirt as well. Where Neil was like, wait, what? Neil, I told you that. I told you that ages ago. But yes, no, you will be getting your own shirt as well. It's just nice to have your own artwork, right? On a thing. Going to be selling them outside the event afterwards for half the price, says All Lives Lost. Neil, no audio, no visual, no shirt. Can show off at work. Hell yeah. Damn right, man. Right, Lynchy's got a run going here now into Ante 4. Currently in the boss, which is a play only one hand type, which they look like they're going to manage with the plenty multipliers that they've got going on with the polychromes. Starting Ante 5 now, we've got Finn currently in the psychic boss, which is you have to play 5 cards. It's a little bit difficult. They've got the baseball card Joker, which I really like. Now, the thing with the baseball card Joker is you have to get lots of uncommon Jokers to really like pop off. They're going to play 4 cards here and then 1 dump card. Going to do 2 pair. I think they're going to get 1.5 times mult from the no, it's plus 10 mult. Wait, is that plus 10 mult? Oh, it's because it's I forget what the fucking baseball card does now. I thought it was times. Hang on, baseball card. Yeah, no, it is. That must be it must be forward up. So you can see that the card has like an effect on it, chat, by the way. There are different effects as foil is plus 50 chips. There is holographic, which is what that baseball card has on Finn's. That's plus 10 mult on the card. That is a really good card. There's plus 10 mult, plus it's going to get the 1.5 times stuff. On Lynchy's screen, for example, there are 2 cards there that have polychrome. They're the ones on the far right currently. Well, just to the left of the ballot card there. That's 1.5 times mult. No pants, no sanity, no hold barred. That sounds like a tagline for a like 90s era wrestling show. That'd have like 2 women fighting in oil because like in their panties or whatever, because that's what 90s wrestling was like. They had absolutely no like no standard. But that's the Attitude Era. Yeah, exactly. All right, chat, we are now entering into the final half an hour of the Balatro Bluff. The current standings with Corvus sitting on a commanding 435,000 point lead over Lynchy's 163,000. Finn currently unable to get a run quite off the ground in a way that they want, sitting at 8,700. I still believe it can happen. Let's see it. Finn now playing a free of a kind. This baseball card is a big deal, chat. If Finn gets the right cards to go alongside it, this baseball card can take you very far. You've just got to buy uncommon jokers. So if Finn buys uncommon jokers, then Finn will be laughing all the way to the bank. Sadly, only common jokers dropping in the shop, but you can still grab some. It's never a bad idea to grab some if you're worried about your run not going far enough to see the fruits of your efforts. Corvus now clearing the anti-free boss. No, anti-2 boss, sorry. Heading into anti-free. Looking at Corvus's lineup here. I forget what that splash one does. I have to look that up. I think that's the one that re-triggers. I'll scroll down this bloody list again. I also could just search for it. I think it's called Splash. Every card counts. Yeah, okay. Every played card counts in scoring. So that's the one. It's not re-triggers. It's the one where you can play like a high card and like 4 cards alongside it, and they will still count the chips. You won't get the bonus for playing the hand though. It could be quite useful early on that card. Clearing the small blind with ease. Lynchy now on a run that's going into ante 6. Looking at the walkie-talkie, the 10-4. Buying the increased hand size, of course, makes sense. You would want to do that. Buying a Celestial pack here as well. Right, going into the small blind of ante 6, Lynchy's got probably enough time for 2 good runs here, depending on the speed at which it's played. That is the other thing now, chat, as we approach the last half an hour of the timer, is that this game, while it can obviously be played at speed, is also like a decision-making process. So the quicker you go, the more mistakes you're going to make. Or like you might have cards in the wrong order, you might play the wrong thing, you might not look at the boss blind properly, not realize that it's like play 5 cards. Lots of things that could go wrong. Finn now getting through the big blind of ante 2. Looks like it's going to be just fine. Also Lynchy leveling up currently. Straights, no? Free of a kind. It's a multifaceted game, chat. This is the thing that I think, especially fun about Balatro is like so many factors like variables to factor in. Things like the re-triggering cards, the level of the hand that you're leveling up, the amount of chips, the amount of the mult multipliers, the various like tarot cards and like seal cards and stuff that you can get. We haven't even really delved that deep into the things, the spectral cards. Lynchy got one earlier that turned all of their cards that they had in their hand into clubs. So you can get some like really crazy shit going on in this game. Lynchy bailing on that run into ante 6, deciding that it wasn't going anywhere. Using the time appropriately, I think. That's I mean, if you don't think it's got legs, then that's absolutely the correct decision. Been playing some kings and sevens here, getting through the goad on ante 2. Again, that baseball card's going to take you far, Finn. Just got to get some uncommon jokers to go along with it, which is tough. Because if the game doesn't give them to you, then... fuck. Yeah, just commons again, man. That's rough. There is the smiley face, though, which is pretty good. You also got the free of the kind 3 times. Regular Joker, bit lame at this point. Plus 12 mult from straight. I feel like the face card clears it. Yeah, there we go. Been buying the face card instead of the regular Joker. That's probably what I would have done as well. Thinking about the flush one though. If you're gonna do that, yeah, that's tough. Going for the face card. I think that's probably the right decision. The problem with going for that flush card there is that you then want to get rid of the straight card. They might still do that. Trio plays well into like free of a kind or full house hands, but they're getting rid of the trio card, covering their bases with the flush card. It's like watching the Olympics, but this has better commentary. Well, thank you, Neil. I've kind of like, I wouldn't say I've necessarily. Oh, Corvus bailing out of a run there just. I saw the amount of points there. It was short by like 6 points or something. That was fucking rough. But yeah, I was going to say, I feel like, obviously we're getting towards the end of the stream, so my energy levels kind of like dwindle a little bit, but I'm still trying to at least be interesting. Also, we have another legendary card. Lynchy on Ante 2 has managed to buy a Perkio card. Again, the legendary cards don't come up very often. Perkio creates a negative copy of one random consumable card in your possession at the end of the shop. Negative copy of one random consumable card in your possession at the end of the shop. Interesting. So essentially, if you have a consumable in your hand, you can constantly upgrade it after every shop. Or like constantly copy it, rather, sorry, after every shop. Which means if you hold on to the right consumable, that could be pretty fucking strong. Ariel Armor. Woohoo, go everyone, you're all doing amazing. Agreed. Agreed. Finn with the not like this in the chat. It's not over, Finn. I believe. And we have Finn now coming into... Oh, there's a full house. Are they going to go for the full house? They are. I don't know how much this is actually going to score, though. I mean, you're going to get, like, the multiplier from baseball card and from popcorn? Yeah, that'll clear it. 2,000. Ooh. Another failed anti-1 run. So, at this point, I think Corvus is doing, like I said, as I often do, which is fishing for, like, a good start. I'm impressed by everyone with their skills in this type of game. This is a really fun game as well, chat. I will say if this has been at all interesting for you as far as this game goes, I fully recommend Balatro. I think this is a great game. It's a lot more than just like gambling. It's a thinking game, very much so. It's like a lot of puzzling it out and figuring out what you want to go with and like how you want your run to work and all this sort of stuff. Corvus got the square Joker. And I forget what that one is. It's like a bard, but I forget what he does. Let's have a look. Square Joker is 4 chips if played hand is exactly 4 cards. So we'll see if Corvus can work that into his run. But he also has, I want to say that one's called the Troubadour. Yeah, it is called the Troubadour. The Troubadour is +2 hand size, -1 hand per round. So that's not like additive. That doesn't get rid of 1 hand every turn. Oh, Corvus has a Hiker, big deal. Stuntman, also big deal. This is going to be big chips. I think they're all foiled as well, aren't they? Those 2 on the left, I think they're both foiled, or are they hologrammed? I think they're foiled. So there's going to be a fuckload of chips coming. You watch the blue number on anything that Corvus plays right now. The blue number on the left is going to be, like, absurd. There it goes. 408 times 2. So even though you had no malt, basically, it cleared it in one hand just because of all the extra chips being added. So if he can get himself something that just adds malt or malt multiplier and level up his hands or something, that's going to be quite a strong start. That hiker is going to just infinitely scale. Stuntman is just a fuckload of chips. It's like 300 chips or something added to your score. And you got the Troubadour and the Square Joker are both foiled as well. Yeah, it's a very heavy chip hand. Sometimes it's easy to go for like malt and just look at malt and get kind of blinded by it because it's like, oh, times whatever. But if you don't have a good base score to times by, then like the multiply doesn't matter. So chips are just as important, right? Finn is having a pretty good run right now. I like what Finn's got going on. The popcorn will have to be dropped eventually. I think you'll probably want to get rid of that straight Joker as well. But the Swashbuckler is good. The face card one is good. And the baseball card is also good. That's hologrammed. Let's see if... Okay, this sucks if you've been leveling up your hands, but this boss blind that Finn is now going up against will de-level the hand that you're going to play. So if your hand is, say, like level 3 or whatever, after you play it, it's going to be level 2. They're playing 3 of a kind, though, which is currently level 1. It can't go to negatives or to 0. And also, they're going to get all the malt from the face cards here. They're going to get the malt from the baseball card. They're going to get the malt from the popcorn and the malt from the swashbuckler. So it's 28-20. Very nice. Should get through this pretty easily. Alright, what do we have going on in Lynchy's hand over here? Lynchy's got some funny shit going on with this thing that makes negative consumables. They now have a space for 5 consumables in their hand. They're just making consumables. Like, they can hold 5 of them. I think that technically is they can hold 3, but they have 2 negatives. But that negative is just going to keep being made. So that magician card that they have being duplicated at the moment, if we have a look under tarot cards, the magician enhances 2 cards to lucky cards. So that is extra chips. So currently, Lynchy's got the ability to add a bunch of chips to a bunch of cards. It's going to just keep duping itself. Very interesting things happening in Lynchy's run. Finn clearing the boss of anti-free with no real issue there. Now, are we going to get any uncommon jokers? There's a common faceless Joker and a common abstract. Just getting really unlucky. However, I think abstract clears straight card or popcorn. Popcorn could probably do with going. Selling Swashbuckler is a questionable decision, but I think it kind of replaces it in terms of malt. So I don't think it's going to like negatively impact Finn's score here. Right, we have 16 minutes left. I'm going to drag everyone in a moment and let them know they have 15 minutes remaining, because I think that's really realistically about all you can use to fit in like one full run if you go really fast. But we have Finn, Lynchy, and Corvus all on a run on Anti-4. Oh, Lynchy has just seen Card Sharp pop up. Turtle Bean is gone. That seems like a pretty correct decision to make for me. And you would then get yourself Card Sharp. Card Sharp is a hell of a card. So we're just going to drag folks in now and just let them know they have 15 minutes left. Alright, everybody, I'm just dragging you in quickly just to let you know that you have 15 minutes left. Because realistically, 15 minutes is probably about one run from the start. So if anyone's thinking about Balin, now's your opportunity. But 15 minutes.
Righto.
Okay.
Good luck. All right, we're dragging them back in. Oh, Throwback. Throwback is a great card. Throwback is 0.25 multiplier for every blind that you skip, I believe, which can be kind of scary because skipping blinds means you don't really know like where you're at points wise, but building up that multiplier on Throwback is pretty easy. Also, Lynchy restarted their run after that call, which I guess I didn't think that was going too far. As I said before, if you feel like you need to bail on it, it's best to do it early. Finn, with 3,000 points, about to clear the small blind here. Lynchy says, blue board again as I am the storm that is approaching chorus kicks in. How do I keep doing it? I'm not even trying to. I was the storm. Hang on, I'm gonna pun. I'm gonna pun in my own chat. Right. Finn getting through. Now going into what are we? Anti-4 boss, I think. Now, Finn is just getting rather unlucky, I think, with not getting any uncommons. Oh, it's big blind for Finn now. Not getting any uncommons pop up. I feel like uncommons would really make this run pop for Finn. It's tough. It's tough when the game doesn't give you what you want. Oh, Corvus got the smeared Joker. That makes hearts and diamonds appear as the same. And he also got the card that gives you mult for every diamond you play. So basically anything red that Corvus plays now is going to trigger both those effects. Oh, same with spades and clubs. I didn't realize that was actually... did both. There you go. But yeah, anything red is going to trigger both those cards, which is pretty nice. Yeah, now we can get a flush by mixing diamonds and hearts. Beautiful. Mail is mean. Wait, what did I do? I'm not mean. Ooh, the trio. Doesn't really play that well into a smeared Joker hand, though. Right, how is Finn getting on here with the big blind? 2,000. We've got 2 hands left. We're going to clear that 7,500. Easy. Easy peasy. I'm rooting for some uncommon cards to show up for Finn. I feel like, let's say, a couple of uncommon Jokers making that baseball card pop off would really smash the run out. On a new run here on the hook. Needs to clear. Oof, that's gonna be tough. Repair, but they do have splash. Ooh, by 2 points. That is tight. Finn also getting through just fine. Come on, uncommons. Or what did they get? They got Supernova, which is actually pretty useful, but not uncommon. going straight in the next round. The window, old diamond. I said demon. Mael is. No, I'm not. I didn't do anything. Legolas just said it. Mael is a clown. Okay, well, I mean, I can't really. With the clown emote, I can't really disagree with that. That's just, yeah, that just lives there now. Mael is a clown man down at the bottom. Oh, you said it because Lynchy had it on the screen? Oh, I see. I didn't realize that they had it on the screen. I mean, it is International Clown Week, chat. You should be respecting me this week. Oh, Spectral Pack for Lynchy. Sigil converts all cards into one suit. Probably going to go for that, because then this could become like a flush build. There it is, all diamonds. So now, most of Lynchy's deck is diamonds. Taking the Mega Buffoon pack by skipping that blind. That gives them 2 jokers for free. Seltzer is re-trigger for 10 hands. That will eventually be sold. I forget what that one is. I'm gonna have to look that one up real quick. The one that looks like sort of floating platforms. Where is it? Where is it? Not there. That's for damn sure. I went all the way down the bottom. I need to be at the top. That is Mystic Summit. Plus 15 mult when 0 discards remain. I see. Okay, so it's a good card for digging you out the what do you call it? Digging you out of a hole if you're struggling. I'm not sure what Lynchy's writing on the screen now. It's backward. It's gone upside down and backward. It's gone upside down. I'm going to meme the rest of this, I think is what that says, while it's upside down. Lynchy's screen just evolving into various images and memes. Alright, Finn now 1 hand left here, but 1 discard as well. Now into a run that's 4 antis deep. That's getting pretty close to where they need to be. I just fucking want some uncommons to show up for Finn. It's been so mean. Gotten through the boss of Anti 4 onto Anti 5. Give us some uncommons, game. What are you playing at? Stop being a dick. Not even 1 shown up yet, I don't think. Oh, there's an uncommon. It's $7 though, but that's the one that allows you gaps. Oh, and Finn skipped. Finn skipped the shop. That was the chance. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. We've got 6 minutes left, chat, or 7 minutes left. We now have Corvus into an anti-4 run, rather. Almost anti-5. Finn now starting an anti-5 run. Lynchy on, I would imagine, is probably the last run here. It's going to be a bit of a speed run. Hey, Finn might have skipped it because even though it wasn't uncommon, maybe it wasn't one they wanted. I don't know what's working behind the scenes there. It's not the best card. It was just an uncommon card. Which, considering how irregularly they're showing up, you know, can be pretty rough. Lynchy's discard button has become Lynchy Paw. I got jump scared. I told Mael I was bad at this game and I'm a woman of my word. Finn, I think you are doing just fine. You also have, I will say, in Finn's defense, by far the least playtime. I think 1/10 of the playtime of both Lynchy and Corvus on this. And I literally told people not to bet on me. Alright, we got Lynchy Seltzer popping off at the moment, re-triggering cards. Seltzer's a really good one if you're going for a high hand score to like get right near the end. But this is what I'm saying though, chat, right? It was like, you know, both Lynchy and Corvus here, like, got scores in the 6 digits, but they haven't been able to approach them since. It's kind of down to luck to some degree. Like, it's down to what the game feeds you card-wise. You can kind of make a lot of things work, but you know, if the game doesn't give you the jokers that do the business, then what are you supposed to do? Alright, Lynchy's got a straight here, the 9-10 Jack Queen King. Also got a full house with the 10s and 9s. The Lynchy paw. I have too many. Is this gonna go upside down as well? Yep. I have too many. Every time it goes upside down, it fucking kills me. I have too many cards in his hand. Oh, I see. When it goes upside down, it's very funny. Alright, Corvus. And an anti-5 run here, as is Finn. Finn's still got 1 Joker slot left. Currently saving a bit of money. Lynchy on the boss of anti-3. Still plenty of time for a run to flourish here in the last 3 minutes, but they've got to go quick. Ooh. Got the Baron. And so every king I believe you hold in your hand. I don't think it's king's played, I could be wrong. So look, each king held in hand, yeah, 1.5 mult. So basically if Corvus doesn't play their kings, the Baron's going to give him mult. Which can be difficult to do. I like when you just look over at Lynchy's screen and there's just like so much stuff happening on that screen. Two minutes 20 left. Both Finn and Lynchy got some work to do if they're going to knock Corvus off this top spot. It's looking like a done deal. It was that one early run that really sealed it. Well, I say early, it was like an hour in. Early-ish. Alright, there we go. Corvus running a flush. That should get him through. Finn with 1 hand left on the big blind here for anti-5. Looking like struggling a little bit here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the hand. Couple of straight opportunities there. Will that be enough to clear the remaining 7,000 though? Getting the plus 10 mult, plus 12 mult, plus 12 mult. No! 2,000. I think that is going to be it for Finn. With only 1 minute left now, I'm pretty sure they will not be able to complete anything substantial here. Lynchy buying some planets. They've only really got time to play maybe 1 or 2 more big hands. But they're only at anti-4. It's going to be struggle to get over 435,000. I don't want to say it, chat. I never want to count anyone out at any point. But just in terms of time logistics, I think we may be looking at our winner here. With 30 seconds to go, Critical Corvus sitting on 335,000. 20 seconds. Oh, shit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Critical Corvus is our winner of the Balatro buff. Bluff, not buff, that's different. With 435,942 points. Let's drag our competitors in, shall we? Alright, folks, I'm dragging you in because time is up. That is it. We have, Lynchy, your screen became so many things by the end.
It is obvious that I was going to be Corvus for the last 10 minutes. So
you had that one run, man. That one run was like, that one you got 165 in or whatever, 163
I'm
in.
so upset that I fucked up the counting of the hands. I would have got a real good hand.
That was unfortunate. Just miscounted. Finn got really unlucky with that last one. Just no uncommon cards would show up for the entire time you had that fucking baseball card. I was like, shop, please. Fucking please. Ridiculous. That's just the way Balatro goes sometimes. But, speaking of, Corvus here with our highest score of 435,942. Corvus, you are the winner. Congratulations! You'll be winning our prize package of a 12-month gift sub for the channel. You'll also be winning a £50 Steam gift card that you can spend on obviously whatever you want. And then a t-shirt, which I will get in touch with you in the back end or whatever later on. Once all that stuff's been sorted out, I've got to get it into the manufacturing process and stuff. But congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was tough. Balatro can be a cruel mistress when it just doesn't want to give you the cards you want, or you fuck up like the order of hands, like Lynch said. That can happen as well, especially when you're trying to like rush it. It can be rough. But no, Lynchy came in second with 163,541. Finn with 8,742 in third. I'm going to now do the prediction as well. Congratulations, folks who voted on Corvus. You will be getting your points now come through. There we go. And that's it. Guys, thank you very much. First off, thank you for taking your time out and sticking with. That's much appreciated. I know it's quite a long time to sit down and play a thing for. I think you all did very well. I think no one needs to be embarrassed about any of that. That was, like I say, very luck-driven game. So it was good to see some like crazy shit happen during that. I enjoyed it very much. I apologise
wholeheartedly to the 49% of you when I told you not to.
they were just like, I think they were counting on the fact that Balatro could just be like, here you go, you want this, and you're like, oh okay, sorry, no, now my point score is like going into millions. What's happening?
Balatro said get fucked. That
definitely did happen, yes. Right, folks, that is also going to be it for the stream. We're going to finish off there, but again, thank you very much to Lynchy13, Critical Corvus, and Finn the Teacup for coming on and playing along. Everybody give them a round of applause in the chat if you want. I'm also going to give a shout out to each of them in the chats here. They all stream, so just go check them out.
Why do you lie so much?
Well, you appear on our streams a lot.
That's a lie as well.
In fact, it's not a lie, because I think you're going to be here Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, on Pastry's Lethal Company stream.
Yeah, I didn't know if Pastry spoke about it in public because I haven't been here because
that's in schedule. I think I'm pretty sure it's safe. I hope it is anyway.
Well, if not, you have fucked it.
Yeah, I'm going to be there too, so it should be fun. Been a little while since we played some Lethal Company, but yes. Anyway, like I said, I'll let you guys get off in a minute. We're just going to finish off the stream and end there. No raid tonight. The next Balatro tournament will not be happening. That's not what I wanted to say. The next Maelstrom Invitational, though, let me just get it up on the screen. That will be this one, the Millennium Melee that will be happening, folks, on the 29th of August, again at 7 p.m. I will announce the participants for that event a week beforehand on the 22nd, along with, the t-shirt and stuff, which you've all seen, but I'll show it off again. So, yeah, keep an eye out. But otherwise, again, thank you guys, and I will see you all Saturday for my next stream of Persona 3 Reload. Right, take care, everyone, and goodbye.